Okay, we have a green box, we have a live counter, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It's the Paradox Hour once again, and once again, it's an Anime 3 Plus episode check-in, this time for fall 2022. We got a lot of stuff on the plate, on the docket, whatever you want to say, so without further ado, actually no, there is a further ado. I kind of want to just mention this before we get going. Obviously, in the last week or so, we found out that Takahiro Sakurai has been having an affair for like 10 years.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna, he is a big part of some of these shows. So let it be on the record now. We absolutely do not condone or approve of what he did. It's a horrible, scummy thing. We
Yep.
may, comment on his performances at some point during the stream, but I wanted to get that out of the way before we reach that point.
Yep. Good idea.
We may praise his voice acting, we do not praise his character. So, now, without further ado, we start with Akiba Maid War. The timer has started.
Oh boy, these episodes have been real fucking crazy.
This is where to start. So, Mill, did you start this?
I did not have a chance to start it, no.
Okay,
Darn.
I cannot recommend it more. 'Cause
Okay.
holy
It is
shit,
really good.
it's really, really kooky.
I'm surprised you catch a screenshot of Ronko saying that she can be cute, even while she's punching the ever loving shit out of the other maid.
I considered that one. But I can't knock it. Ashita no Joe reference. So
To be fair, the fight episode is my favorite episode so far.
which one?
The fight clubbing episode.
Oh yeah, that's it's really good. Yeah, this show has everything. It has illegal gambling. It has a fight club.
Did the gambling episode have a kaiju reference? I might be mistaking that, but
Probably. If it did, it probably did. I don't remember.
yeah, no. We even had most recent episode was a training episode, complete with people with some of the maids being effectively brainwashed into boot camp mentality.
Yeah. It's not just the maids either. Everyone's kind of insane in this show. You have the owner of the figure company, and then you have that one chick who runs the fight club, who just straight up just shoots the guy, and then just steals the figure, which she doesn't know is a fake.
Absolute class act.
Yes, and then the rest of the figure company is like, "Hey, you killed our president," and then she just starts screaming, and then they just, oh my god,
Absolutely fucking.
Yeah. It was great. Did you watch episode 4?
Yep.
I haven't
I don't
yet.
say 3 words to that, but I will not say them because you guys haven't watched the episode.
Yeah, I have not watched it yet. I wanted to, but I just didn't have time.
Episode 4 is also insane.
I'm sure it
Anyway.
is. Just short notes. What's it about? Like, what happens? What's the main thing there?
It is literal boot camp for the maids to get them into.
Okay.
I won't go any further than saying that. It is absolutely fucking insane, though.
Okay. Excellent. I'm looking forward to that then. Also, the owner of the cafe is a hilarious pushover.
Oh, she is absolutely hilariously.
I like how she's randomly just naked in that one scene, and then and then they finally ask her why she's naked. Is to show my sincerity.
Okay.
She's doing the whole pose of supplication type thing the whole time. It's like, okay, but why are you doing this though? To show my sincerity.
She also voluntarily uses both of her hands as an ashtray for the chick that runs the Fight Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
The show is wild.
It's actually
Honestly.
bonkers. I like how yet another PA works anime to follow up Kong Ming is just absolutely bonkers. But this is even more insane. Kong Ming was just good. This is crazy and also good.
This is literally Yakuza Maid Cafe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
This
Absolutely amazing.
this
Yeah.
is an original, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's also one of an easy top 5 anime of the season, honestly.
Yeah, and that says a lot considering the season we're in.
Stacked.
I
Yeah.
will try and make time for it.
Yeah, I can't recommend it more. I think you'll enjoy it.
Real good.
What else? There's something else I wanted to. Oh yeah. Zoya, who joined the cafe. I love her.
Absolutely fantastic.
I like how
character.
her face was originally censored in the opening instead of just
Yeah.
straight up spoiling who she is or who she
Yeah.
will be. That's clever. I don't think I've seen an anime really do that before. They usually
Yeah.
just take the character out completely or just spoil it.
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm somewhat disappointed Takaya Kuroda isn't in this then.
Who's Kaya Kuroda again? I'm trying to remember.
Kiryu.
Yeah.
Oh, Kiryu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're only
It's
we're only
possible.
4 episodes in. You never know.
It's possible.
He
Most
might
of the
pop
cast,
up.
It'd be difficult to really justify getting the character as a cutesy maid. It would be funny if they tried that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
I don't know if they'd actually go for it or not. But yeah, no, this is absolutely fucking fantastic, and it is so hard to describe the absolute insanity this show is.
Yeah, I just recommend watching it. It's an easy must watch. It's so good.
Easy must watch, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I will do my best to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Just
Do
as an aside, I was trying to find the tab that I knew I had open for Crunchyroll's fall lineup. I think it was on Thursday. I thought, oh, I must have been dumb and closed it, and then I just remembered that I had just moved it elsewhere. Why am I dumb?
I'm kind of dumb too. It's okay.
Right, it's all better.
Yeah.
So is that everything you've got for Akiba Maid War?
For the time being, yeah.
Okay. Let me reset that. We will instead move on to... Just get that up. It's supposed to be Arknights, but I didn't watch it yet. I will watch it, but I haven't watched it yet. I doubt it'll make it past 3 episodes, but you know, it's stranger things that have happened.
I've heard it's actually quite pretty.
Okay,
So,
interesting.
there is that.
Something that's not pretty though. Berserk: The Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition.
Yeah.
Kind of start.
Sorry,
So
can't help you there, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I watched episodes 2 and 3 for this because that's where the first movie ends. Which felt like a good stopping point, and meant I didn't have to watch another 2 episodes. I mean, it's so episode 2 confused me because it started with a recap, then a montage, and then went into the OP.
What?
Yeah, I got very confused because like it started with a recap. I was like, okay, I think this is the recap. This is a recap rather than the OP. I'm fairly sure it is. And then went into the montage. I was like, okay, is this the OP? Nope. Okay, this is just a montage. Now I'm just getting confused. Third time's the charm? Yes. Okay, this is the OP. Okay, just why? Why start the second episode like that?
Not.
Anyway, in that montage, I think like 3 years passed. For better or for worse. Because, I mean, not much really changed. I mean, Guts sort of, like, got happier working for Griffith.
Yeah.
Casca still hates him because
Yeah.
Griffith. I can't say his name. Griff has a boner for Guts and not
Yeah.
Casca.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is when we met Nosferatu Zod.
Yes. I love that.
Which I believe is the first like supernatural creature.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yes. At least in the Golden Age arc, yes.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
Golden Age
yeah.
arc, yeah. I mean, it was an episode typified by Guts just Leroy Jenkinsing his way into things.
As he tends to do.
Yeah. And yeah, Zod just outright calling Griffith's like shittiness. So that was fun. Then episode 3, we get introduced to Charlotte, who I can only assume things will not go well for her. We
will say nothing.
She is being seduced by
Yeah.
Griffith. I assume things will go badly for her. Admittedly, they probably went worse for Julius and his son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those poor bastards.
Yeah.
Like, when the sound first started, I was like, it's gonna be the son, and Guts won't have the heart to kill him. Yeah, called that one wrong. Called that one really wrong. Because that was...
Guts didn't want to kill him.
I know, but he still did, and it was not a nice death.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like,
Fucking skewered.
that kid suffered.
Yep.
And I've got to say, if this was intentional, then fair play. But if it wasn't, sending Guts on a stealth mission when he's built like a brick shithouse is a bad idea. Like, if that was...
That was actually my exact same thought when I first read this part of the manga.
Yeah, look, if that was intentional on Griffith's part, then fair play. It went perfectly. It was a genius plan. But if it wasn't, it was horrible. Because it's just like...
Oh, yeah.
Griffith, like, waxing philosophical to Charlotte while Guts and Casca eavesdropped. I feel like Griffith kind of outed himself with that and the whole, hey, I'm going to keep the creepy totem that's going to let me rule the world.
Oh, yeah, no. Griffith has always been an awful...
Yeah.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that maybe somebody should have noticed by now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. The man is a ton of red flags. It's just no one notices with his flowing white hair.
I mean, he's a very pretty man.
He's so handsome, and he's so smart, and he's so cool.
He is a very pretty man, but, as I will say later on, don't stick your dick in crazy.
Yeah.
Nope. Do not.
And Griffith would 100% be a power bottom in the Guts-Griffith relationship. 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
With that, I'm okay to move on. Ending on that.
That's a great end note.
Perfect. No notes.
So moving on to...
Oh, before I move on, real quick, I just found this out.
Yeah.
The manager from Akiba Maid War is voiced by Ayahi Takagaki, who voices Chris in Symphogear.
Huh.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Anyways, I want to say that. We can move on.
Moving on then to Bibliophile Princess.
So this one's been kind of interesting in that, yes, that screenshot, yes. In that it didn't really delve too deeply into the politics like I thought it would with the second episode, but it has done a lot to explore the relationship between Ellie and the prince, as well as just like them trying to figure each other out and get to know each other better.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3 has a really interesting flashback that shows Ellie when she was younger, meeting the prince for the first time, and she's a lot more assertive and snappy when she's younger. So, based off some implications throughout the first few episodes, you get the idea that she was kind of she just kind of became quieter and more drawn as she grew up because of her general bookishness, as well as just like social expectations for women of her class and time.
Hmm.
Because women in her social standing in that time period, or the time period being emulated here, would be expected to be a lot more social and outgoing.
How is it
So-
dealing with the whole, expectations of women in this time period thing?
It's not delving into it too deep thus far.
Right.
There are implications here and there.
Because I remember, God, it's a couple of years ago now. Jesus, Arte that tried to do something with that, historical expectations of women being subverted, and just didn't do it very well.
Yeah, I remember that. That was I dropped that like a few episodes in. That was not fun.
I made it like maybe 2 episodes.
I think it was like 3 or 4 for me. Regardless.
Yeah.
This one isn't quite like that. I will admit this one's a lot slower.
Hmm.
And also like not a lot happens in the first few episodes beyond all the stuff going on in episode 2. Episode 3 does do a lot to flesh out the relationship between the prince and Ellie.
That's good at least.
Yeah, episode 4 takes a turn into them going out to a fair or market or some such, where they look for a specific book that Ellie really wants. That's a very specific edition of a book,
Okay.
and it becomes very clear that Ellie is not really into PDA,
Hmm.
which the prince doesn't really catch on to at first. Which is makes for some uncomfortable moments, I will admit.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Regardless, there is still some fun stuff with how do I describe it? With a couple of orphan boys meeting up, running into the prince's party and trying to get away from the authorities by pretending the prince is their dad.
How well does it
And
work?
he's like, I will roll with it and say like, oh yeah, these two are are under my guardianship and yada yada and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Leave them alone, authorities.
So it works?
Yep.
Yeah, good for them.
Yep. Yeah. This could prove to be interesting. I have no idea quite where this plotline is going to go, but it has potential.
That's good at least.
Yeah, the show is overall a very slow-paced show, so it's very easy to get bored with it. I'm being honest.
Yeah, this feels like one of those, would be better watched dubbed.
I
so
get
that you
the feeling that you're right there.
so that you don't need to pay 100% attention. You can just, while it's being slow and cutesy, you can, maybe let your attention wander on to something else, and when something big happens, you can bring it back.
It's probably not a bad idea.
But yeah, speaking of that, I think this is a good opportunity to transition into a much more fast-paced series, Bleach.
Yep, we move on to Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Ah, Bleach, my favorite beverage.
Yeah, this arc went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
Yeah, as you often do with a war that's been building up for 1,000 years. Okay.
You have to think, after 1,000 years, you're either prepared or you're not. Like, it's...
Yeah, and one side of this war was prepared for literally everything, and the other side very much so wasn't, even though they probably should have been. Especially the Captain General, who knew this dude would come back one day, and just chose to just not, for some reason. I don't know. But
Yamamoto doesn't realize what the fuck was going to happen.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so Nell comes back, crying to Ichigo, saying Hueco Mundo is under attack, and apparently fucking Quincy's have invaded Hueco Mundo and are recruiting RN cars for
Or killing them. en
or
masse.
killing them if they refuse, of course. Yeah, figures. Yeah.
I mean, typical.
Yeah. Basically forcing them to, into their army.
By the way, how many that the Quincy's look like they're really putting on the Reich for this?
Nice euphemism, I guess.
There are a lot of fucking Quincy's in this arc. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There's so many. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, so Ichigo, of course, not one to leave his friends behind, drops into Hueco and crashes the party. And gets into a very big battle with I forget.
Flamboyant.
Yes, yeah, flamboyant. Yes, which is funny to say because there's even more that are going to be appearing down the line.
No. He's like fucking 8, and there's someone who show up like an 11.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, and while this is happening back in the Soul Society, they're preparing for whatever attack is going to be unfolding. Which, hey, the plan was to get Ichigo distracted so that he could not, join the fight, since he's deemed a special threat, as he should be, because he does that. He basically one-shot Aizen. I would be scared of him too.
Yeah, and so as soon as the Quincy's realize that Ichigo is in Hokomundo, they immediately invade Soul Society.
Yep, pretty much immediately, and they just start the slaughter.
Yeah, the third squad lieutenant gets a whole shot through like a good third of his torso.
Yeah.
Sounds bad. How likely is it to actually kill him?
I'd say 50-50.
As someone who knows the answer to that question,
I already know the answer to the question.
Yeah, we both know the answer to that question, but you know what? It'll come up later, so whatever.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. He just blows off like the entire right third of his torso, so arm gone, and yeah.
Yeah. That dude was not ready.
Nope.
So yeah, and also the Quincy that Ichigo's fighting absorbed the giant beast Arrancar thing that those 3 Espadas summoned. So he just got very big, very ugly, and very strong. So, and there's that.
Yep.
But yeah, gearing up for the actual 1,000-year blood war. Things will ramp up next week. Will be fun to watch because things should get really flashy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, those Soul Reapers should be scared because those Quincy's have a device that can steal Bankais for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Or
I don't know
what
how the science is there, but okay.
Speaking of science, Mayuri continues to be a delightful asshole.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch. I have not seen the original Bleach anime. I didn't know he was voiced by Frieza. That's perfect.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so perfect. That is perfect casting right there. Yeah, he's fantastically horrible. But we get plenty of him.
Also, things are gonna get flashy. I didn't know Uzui was gonna appear in this anime.
Yeah. This is actually his first appearance.
Gatoge just asked what's his fucking name? Kubo? Kubo. 75% right. Asked Kubo if he could just use the Tengen character, and Kubo just said yeah. Not like he was gonna do much with it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that guy retired. But yeah, Bleach is good. Bleach is good fun.
I'm glad.
Things will be happening. We're in for a fun time with this one.
Yeah, we're in for a fun time.
We're in for a fun time. I don't even particularly have anything against Bleach. Like I have issues with especially the fan bases. I have issues with Naruto's fan base, and even to a certain extent One Piece's fan base, because they both fucking chuck out their dicks on so many occasions, like, you know, trying to say they're the bigger series and they're the better series and all that fucking bullshit. And I'm just so sick of the tribal bullshit. But it doesn't feel like Bleach fans do that.
Well, Bleach fans were in hibernation for so long, so
Yeah, I don't really have the ability to do that like Naruto and One Piece fans.
Yeah, and at
Yeah.
this point, they're just happy to have it back.
yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Good for them. Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah,
I'm happy for
no.
them. I'm happy for them.
Yeah. I'm happy. Bleach fans are eating good. But I think that's all for now, so we can move on.
Yep.
Well, speaking of eating good, I certainly am, because we move on to Blue Lock.
I'm mad at myself. I still haven't started this yet. I will soon.
The reason I say I am eating well is because, so I haven't watched today's episode, just came out too late. Is because for the last, I would say, of episode 3, Bachira, who is the guy in the screenshot, was...
Yeah, your mic got a little fucky there for a second.
Did it? Shit. Okay.
It's fine now, but...
Well, I will start again.
Hard.
I will start again, which is good, because I forgot to start the timer. But we're doing well on time, actually. We're doing pretty well. So I'm eating well, because for a good, I would say, the last quarter of episode 3, who is the guy in the...
Your mic is not what you're talking about, Blue Lock!
God damn it! For the last quarter of episode 3, Bachira was fucking naked, and seeing as he's my favorite character, so I was very happy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
Good for him, I guess.
Other than that, so I'm still not entirely sure how much I'm, like, with this show.
Yo, what the fuck is going on with your mic?
Your mic is fucking up.
Okay, I'm twisting the wire a bit, and hope...
Yeah, fiddle with the wire a little bit, see if that helps.
Alright, you wanna try again?
How about now?
It's fine for now, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about this, probably. I'm gonna have to order a new, well, I'll order a new splitter lead first, because, you know, can never have too many splitter leads. And if that doesn't fix the problem, then I'll get a new fucking headset, which is I'll hate to do it. I go through these things too quickly, I feel. Though to be fair, I have had this one for a little while. Anyway, back to Blue Lock. I'm still not sure how much I'm actually vibing with this show. Because, like, a lot of my notes tend to be like, okay, this is sort of fair, but it's also sort of dumb and sort of bullshit. So
I kind of expected that from the show, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, for example, like they were like, the whole reason they started this was like, oh, Japan got knocked out in the round of 16 in the 2018 World Cup. How awful is that? And I'm like, okay, go back to the 2018 World Cup. Assuming you are, you know, portraying this realistically, and so far they have in terms of, like, the actual players they're mentioning. The 99% of the players they're mentioning are real. It's like the one or two guys that aren't. But if you look at history, like 2018 World Cup, Japan did get to the round of 16. They lost against Belgium. They were 2-0 up at one point, and it took a 94th minute goal to beat them. Like,
that's pretty fucking well.
Yeah, that's pretty good, and B, what that says to me is that their defense and mental game is the issue, not their fucking striker.
The best defense is a good offense. That's the term, right?
Yeah.
Clearly.
And, you know, I guess that's sort of the point, because the first, like, selection thing happened in episode 3, where it's basically like a tournament. Well, they've been...
Somebody say tournaments?
Yeah. They've been... There's like 275 of them left. They've been split up into different buildings based on their rank, and then split up into different teams in the building. Our plucky protagonist Usagi and his friends are in the are basically are in Team Z. I don't think I have to explain what that means.
Team 3-star?
No. Well, they're about as competent. But in their building, they're basically the teams are facing off against each other in a round robin tournament. They play each other once, I think, and the top 2 teams go through, and the top scorer from the eliminated 3 teams also goes through, which creates very much a dog-eat-dog world, which goes very badly because Team Z are formed of a bunch of fucking idiots.
Naturally.
And kind of assholes. I don't like certainly. Okay. Half of the team hasn't really gotten a lot to do, but then the most vocal part of the team, which is like Raichi, Raichi and Igaragi, which is not his actual name, but I don't respect him enough to call him by his actual name.
Nice.
I also. I think in the show they're also calling him by the wrong name because they're calling him, I think, something like Igaguri. And I just looked on the character thing on Mal, and it says his name is actually Igarashi. So I'm not the only one who doesn't respect him. Either way, he is ranked dead bottom, and he's a fucking asshole.
I mean, good. If he's an asshole, he deserves it.
Yeah, I really want him to get eliminated, but he probably won't. Anyway,
you need to have an asshole antagonist for a while to keep things so compelling, right?
He's being played for humor as the thing, and I just don't find him funny because he's an asshole.
Oh, he's a jerk-ass comic character. Gotcha.
Yeah, like like the whole point I think is that he's like super overconfident, but he's actually not that good. But that's not funny. That's just fucking annoying.
I mean, it can be funny if you play it like Usopp, but...
Yeah, but Usopp is competent. Anyway, we're getting off track. So yeah, first game, they like... Team Z just fucking implodes because all of them want to be the top scorer so that they can guarantee going through. Meanwhile, the other team... like has a guy called Baro, voiced by Junichi Suwabe, and therefore, awesome. Takes control pretty fucking easily. And once they've got the cushion of a goal and, Team Z is imploding in front of their eyes, Team X just sort of, actually works as a fucking team. Yeah. But what's really nice is that it's do seem to be creating a good relationship, and the other guys who are listed as main cast members, Jig and Rami seem like decent.
Oh, there it is.
No, there it is.
Mill, I think this anime is cursing your mic.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We'll give him a
This is not ideal. We'll give him a minute, though.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
There it is.
It's definitely something at the fucking, like, headphone splitter connection. Because that's what's, like, happening. I think it's getting, like, jostled around. So now I'm holding it, which can only go well. Let me try something. You may get a, like, loud noise again.
Alright.
No? Okay. I tried jiggling both ends and it did nothing, so I don't fucking know what's going on. Anyway. Yeah, main cast I'm liking. Bachira is my favorite so far, because he's a Chaos Gremlin, and, one of my favorite archetypes. Just is. And we've been introduced to some, like, fucking, like, super midfielder, who's now interested in Japanese football because of Blue Lock, so, yeah. there's that, I guess. So yeah, I'm not sure how well I'm vibing with it, but it's certainly interesting enough to keep watching. But a show definitely fucking vibing with, to a maybe concerning extent sometimes. Moving on to Bocchi the Rock.
Oh my
Oh
god, this
god,
show is
he
so
is
good.
painfully relatable.
I'm gonna say
Painfully
now,
relatable.
I've got a slideshow of 5 screenshots that I forced myself to pick only 5 because episode 3, and I didn't even take anything from episode 4 because I watched it right before the stream and I didn't think I'd have enough time to get the screenshot, save it, and then add it to the fucking add it to OBS. So I got like so
I love the extrovert aura.
I got
Yeah, that's
so
great.
fucking many screenshots from episode 3. So many screenshots.
It's so good.
It's a very good show.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying the screen.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, episodes 2 and 3 are really fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Episode 3 does us the pleasure of introducing us to the final member of the band, Kita, who is really, really super gay for Rio.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
she,
it's 100%.
she's super gay.
Yeah, 100% gay.
Yeah.
I love her.
Complete
And,
with fucking heart eyes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love Kita and her Kitora.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
like when I was watching it, like, do not resist Bocchi. You are being adopted by an extrovert.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, Hitori asked for it because, you know, she crouched outside Kita's classroom. And look, I can't talk because at a convention I did, like, keep an eye on a person in cosplay for an entire panel. So I'd missed the chance to ask them for a picture before the panel. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose track of them when it ended. But it's not the way, child. It is not the way. To just hang out creepily watching them.
What are you talking about? There's absolutely nothing creepy about it whatsoever. No siree.
Yeah, no.
Luckily for Hitori, Kita is just as much a fucking mess. Well, not as much of a mess, but she is also a fucking mess.
Just in a different way.
Correct.
Yeah, she is an extroverted mess.
Yeah, and also a bit of a gay disaster.
Yeah, 100% gay disaster. Oh god, fucking Hitori! The promises Hitori made to try and get Kita on to join the band.
Oh, you
Yeah.
took on you took on way too much. You're really pushing your limit, aren't you?
And the best part is that Nijika, that wonderful human being, actually followed Hitori's insane instructions.
Absolute gold.
So many times in my notes, I'm just going, "Oh, Hitori."
Or Hitori just
With
again painfully relatable.
with the occasional "Oh, Kita."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kita.
Especially when it was revealed that she accidentally bought a base.
That was so funny.
That was hilarious.
Her reaction is so good.
I just, poor Kita. Poor Kita. So yeah, so two of you did watch episode 4, so today's episode, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all about Hitori trying to write lyrics. And we get
I imagine that would not be super easy.
Yeah.
Especially for her.
Well, it's like depressing lyrics. like sad loner lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, it's gonna feel weird if Kita's singing this, so maybe we should.
Which I like how Rio agrees. Yeah, it'll be weird and actually hilarious.
Yeah, it'll be weird
Yeah.
and so fucking funny. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Precisely.
The other thing was when Hitori was trying to get in the mindset to write cheerful lyrics, and her family was just watching. I was like, I know an exorcist if you need one.
Yeah.
Also,
The visuals in this show are absolutely top notch.
They are.
Yeah.
All these different gags. They're all so unique looking. Like it's great.
Also, Hitori's sister just fucking bodied her.
Yeah.
At the start of
Yeah.
episode 3, just bodied her. Yeah.
Also, they did the end. They did
a fake ending again. Yeah.
Yeah, they did the fake ending this time for the whole show, and it was like the ending illustration for the post credits. I like how they pulled the same gag again, but they did it in a slightly different way. That just
So episode 4 has my favorite Rip Bocchi gag so far. Just her like dying and then glitching out.
Oh yeah.
When like yeah.
Absolutely fucking insane. Yeah, no, this is a really good show.
Yeah, it is. And I just want to say, I'm really enjoying Rio. She is such a weirdo.
Yeah, Rio is.
She is a delightful weirdo.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun. And yeah, some nice hyper focusing from Hitori to get the lyrics written, and they all liked it. So good for Hitori, and she is getting better, and it's a slow process, which is nice. But there is demonstrable like progress. Also, Nishika's sister is great.
Oh, she's absolutely wonderful.
So I think we can now move on to.
This show's amazing. Just watch it.
Oh yeah, just Bocchi. Yeah, fucking watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's so much fun. Though you will probably find yourself cringing if you have any like element of social anxiety
at all.
You will fucking cringe because it is so relatable.
Yeah.
But moving on to it's a small little show. Chainsaw Man.
Never heard of it.
What is this man of chainsaws?
Is this based on a manga or something?
If it is, I don't think it's a very popular one because I barely hear anyone talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's apparently in Shonen Jump. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Surprised you didn't get axed.
Or chainsawed.
Also, love the screenshot you chose, by the way.
Yeah, I got 2. One was funny, one was badass. I just, I saw that and was like, yeah, I gotta have that then.
Yeah, it's really
it's
good.
nuts or nothing.
The other one that I thought about picking for the funny one was Denji trying to bullshit about the nuts demon. And that being why Aki was just KO'd, not because Denji kicked him in the crotch like 24 times.
I think he legitimately kicked Aki in the crotch about 10 to 12 times.
Yeah. And honestly, you know what? I can respect Denji for not fighting fair.
Yeah, honestly, props to him for calling bullshit on the whole let's fight like gentlemen type thing.
Yeah. And Aki, for the love of God, man, protect the balls. Denji told you where he's aiming. Denji told you where he's aiming, and you didn't protect them. The other thing is that I'm sort of disappointed about this. Because obviously, there are a ton of people saying, like, talking about how a ton of people who have read the manga talking about how sketchy Makima is,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of wish they hadn't, because I wanted to be like decide that on my own, and it was easy to decide that on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is very obviously very sketchy.
Yeah.
But I just feels like I didn't come to that conclusion on my own because of them.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless,
Unfortunate.
Makima saying, or Majima calling Denji her dog that she'll put down if he's not useful. Yeah, that's a red flag, buddy. That's a red flag.
Yeah,
Denji
and
is too stunted and too much.
even if Denji heard that, he would just go woof.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's too socially stunted and too much of a simp to really dodge
Yeah.
that.
yeah. I would also like some more like world building, because
I
like
imagine they're going to go into it a little bit more as the series goes on
yeah,
because
it's just a case of I'm confused. Like, I'm not necessarily confused as to what devils are, but I would like to when did they appear? Why did they appear? Do they only happen in Japan? Those sorts of questions. And then in episode 3, they mentioned the Soviet fucking Union. I'm like, did I misread when this anime is set? I didn't think it was Cold War era Japan, but I could be wrong.
At least some of your questions will be answered later.
Okay.
At least some of them.
I'm assuming it's the Soviet Union one that probably doesn't.
I don't remember if that is or not. I think it actually is addressed. I don't remember when, though.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Why do people like power so much?
I don't know. This shouldn't be a hot take. I don't like power either.
I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate.
She is a delightful little shit. I think.
Maybe she does. Maybe she gets like that later on. She's just kind of been an asshole so far.
Yeah.
I get that it's like we've had one episode with her, but like people were hyping her up as like and this amazing character that everyone is gonna love. Like the fucking ANN review for episode 3 was actually cloying with how much the reviewer simped for fucking power. I'm like, okay, I agree with her that cats are better than humans. Cats might be dick, but at least they dicks, but they at least don't act like they aren't, like humans do. But other than that,
yeah.
I mean, I think what the appeal about Power is that she is very non-standard for what's typical of girls in shonen. She's very much an abrasive, crude, asshole type character.
yeah.
And you don't really see many female characters in shonen characterized like that.
Maybe it's a case of seeing a character or like seeing that archetype of character, or which character follows that archetype first. Because, like, Nmbr fills that similar role and archetype. And I just, I adore Nmbr.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Again, maybe...
So, the thing is, I've seen a lot of comparisons between this and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
So, think of Denji and Power do parallel Nmbr, do parallel Yuji and Nmbr quite a bit. But think of Denji as less attractive, more idiotic Yuji, basically, and Power as meaner and dumber Nmbr.
Yeah.
And you'll get where the connection comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sort of see where the dynamic comes in. I'm just like, you're no Yuji and Nmbr.
No, they're not the same characters. They
I know.
come from the same general mold, but they are very distinct.
I know. And maybe I'm doing Chainsaw Man dirty. Maybe I'm doing Power dirty. Again, it's been one episode. I'm not, I'm not saying
Power a
that...
little bit more as it goes on, obviously. So you'll have stuff to make your opinion on. I read the manga and everything. I don't like Power, but you know.
Okay.
I mean, everyone has their own opinions about characters.
Yeah, I don't even think she's necessarily a bad character. She's just not my kind of character at all. So
Is your character a certain character whose name begins with a K?
no, actually, I don't like her very much either.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay.
The only female character I like, well, in this part of Chainsaw Man, won't appear until like season 2, I think. So.
I'm not so familiar with Chainsaw Man beyond like the first few volumes. So
yeah, so you probably have not met her. So, but we'll get to her one day. She's very good. But yeah, and I don't hate any of the female characters. I just don't jive with them.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
each their own and all that stuff.
But yeah. Speaking of character, again, people have mentioned that it does happen, but I hope it happens sooner rather than later, because Denji's whole motivation being fucking boobs and sex is not that engaging.
No, it's you gotta.
Remember, he's like,
I understand. Again, this is I'm picking stuff out that I have things to discuss about. I'm not saying any of this is a deal breaker. If Meowie the cat dies, not a deal breaker, but it would make me very sad and would be another step on the journey.
Okay, I will say this right now. I am 99% sure that Meowie lives. I remember reading this part of the manga, and I'm pretty sure that Meowie survives.
I think so as well.
Good.
So.
I would be very sad if Meowie died.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I understand that, Denji is incredibly socially stunted. And actually, there was a very good tweet that I saw that did actually make me feel better about it. Let me just find it. Yeah, so I get that, because the tweet is, imagine being Denji and putting women on a pedestal because men have done nothing but abuse and humiliate you your entire life. You finally meet a woman and it's Makima.
Damn.
I've actually seen a similar argument for why Sanji is the way he is.
Also very fair. Very fair. Yeah, that does actually work. That actually works. Yeah.
I never thought about that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It explains a lot about Sanji, honestly.
It does.
Holy shit.
Fucking paradigm shift on Sanji. Who knew?
I didn't expect that.
Because the only positive figures in his life were women.
Yeah. Oh my wow. I did not expect that realization right now.
25 years and Oda's still fucking doing it.
Yeah, he still does it, damn.
And yeah, we got a cool fight scene with Denji and the Bat Devil.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty rad.
I want to go back for just a second about, Denji's current goals. I will tell you that Denji's goals are actually, a big part of this manga, and they will very much, they will change over time. As
I said, I have seen people echoing that statement. They will evolve. I'm just hoping it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think you'll need to wait too long.
Yeah, it's just frustrating that Denji is getting himself into fucking stupid problems because he's thinking with his dick.
Denji is an idiot, and he is a socially stunted teenage boy. Of course he's going to think with his dick.
Yeah, at least his life is still better than what he had before.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, he is the way he is just because he is, like, looking for some kind of goal, because for most of his life, his goal has just been to survive.
Again, I get it. I do get it. I'm just saying. It's...
Yeah.
We understand.
Yeah.
We're just trying to explain it to make it more palatable for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I said earlier about sticking dick in crazy. Yeah, this is the show that came to mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Denji, please don't stick your dick in crazy. Please don't.
I don't think there's any Aki maybe. I don't think there's any character in this show that's actually sane.
Yeah, Aki is a weirdo. Though I do feel
Aki's a weirdo, but he's probably the least weird out of the main cast.
Oh, I
I want
mean,
that Aki is the most socially well-adjusted person in the main cast.
Yeah.
being the least weird out of that quartet is not fucking hard.
True. But
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do feel for Aki because of the mess. Just having Denji invade his space.
Yeah.
And I get it, Denji is finally being able to live free, but I still feel for Aki.
yeah.
Yeah. I do appreciate that Denji is just so delighted to just have toast with jam on it.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then he made an
Good for
abomination. Then he made an abomination of a slice of toast.
An apparently delicious abomination.
I'm not sure I trust his taste buds.
No, me neither. He's been eating regular ass bread and probably garbage. I think anything tastes good to him as long as it's considered food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I think we have just hit 13 minutes, so we should probably get to moving on. So, moving on to, I believe, it's the first of our carryovers, Digimon Ghost Game.
I like the screenshot I chose for this. Something a bit relatable.
Yep. Very relatable. Very relatable.
Mostly just standard fare again. Let me get back to where we were. Yes, okay. So episode 43, where an old friend of Kyoshiro's visits. She's known for sticking her nose in just about everyone's business, and she wants to know fucking everything. And it's because of this that she catches the attention of Aizmon, who sort of possesses her and fucks up her body in the process. And so and apparently Aizmon's been doing that with a bunch of other socialites as well. And but the gang managed to trick him out and managed to beat him. Let's see, episode 44, Rust. This one's a pretty interesting one, where apparently this secret website is discovered where if you just type what you want on there, you will apparently get it by your pillow the next morning. And a student at Hero's school finds this and becomes very popular because he just keeps taking requests from everyone, and he keeps putting those into the site, and those mysteriously keep appearing. Of course, this is all because of the Digimon, but it's actually orchestrated by one of our main characters, Jellymon, who just wanted to, do good business. I don't know how she's profiting off of this. I don't think she's actually making money. So I don't know what's up with that. But she got Jellymon who are capable of creating just about anything through, I think it's described as soul energy or something like that. Or spiritual energy, I don't know. But as a result of this, because they're doing so many requests at once, apparently the energy out of the materials and buildings are being stolen and are rusting over. And that's obviously not a good thing. So, but they get to the bottom of that, and their solution to this is because of Jellymon's contract with them. She has to manually go to the website and cancel all the different orders for things. And it's during this scene there's actually a Demon Slayer reference, because one of the games that she has to cancel on the list is called like Kaiju Slayer, the something Chronicles, a reference to the game. So that was a fun little scene, and they get all that under the control, and they they get the Antilomon to just work at a recycling place, so that works pretty well. That makes sense. Episode 46, the Queen's Banquet. This Digimon, I forget the name of it, apparently it starts infecting one of Hero's friends into seeing creepy plant monsters whenever he looks at water. So yeah, they trick this Digimon into removing the curse on Hero's friend by because the whole reason that it's doing this is to manipulate it into becoming her food, and they managed to trick this into removing the curse by teaching her how to actually cook for herself. Apparently she really likes smelly food. Let's see. Episode 47. This is probably my favorite one of the bunch. Because this dying Digimon really doesn't want to fucking die, because whenever I've said this before, whenever a Digimon dies, it's reincarnated into an egg. But it'll lose all its memories, and it doesn't want to lose its memories.
Yeah.
So so this mysterious Digimon appears and goes, "Oh, you don't want to lose your memories? I'll see if I can help you." Crystallizes his memories, digitizes a human being, inserts this crystal into the human, and then the Digimon starts growing out of this human, and like gets like creepy appendages and all that shit. And they have to force the separation, and they manage to do that, but initially both the guy who was possessed by the Digimon and the Digimon itself are happy to be separated, but the Digimon immediately dies after.
Oh.
Which is pretty sudden and sad, but kudos on this show for actually executing that well, because a nice twist that's dark but had some meaning, because they even say this is just the way of life is for all Digimon. And then episode 48, these, I forget the name of them, these mushroom-shaped Digimon keep kidnapping brides, because apparently them on the happiest day of their life, then meeting despair, apparently allows them to grow these really delicious mushrooms.
The hell?
Yeah, because they use these spores on them that grow these mushrooms, and then they kidnap them, they trap them somewhere, and then they just keep picking the mushrooms off them and eating them. And this is apparently excruciatingly painful. The actual screams on these women are insane.
Right.
But they managed to track them down and put a stop to all of this. The way they did it, though, is that is Kyoshiro, one of the main characters. He gets hit by the spores as well, and they start eating his mushrooms, but they taste terrible, and they actually make them sick. And he uses that to the advantage, and manages to stop them. But yeah, it's worth. I've said this before, but I have to, because it's so consistent that it's weird. All of these episodes have had at least one good-looking fight in it. Sometimes really, really good-looking animation in it, and it's really nice. And it makes me think that with the Die ending, that maybe they just had more staff available. I don't know for sure, but
entirely possible, honestly.
yeah, because it is Toei. But yeah, really nice animation in a lot of these. Something I do want to make mention of, because this show's been going on for a while now, and it didn't really come to my attention until recently. I like how independent all the Digimon are in this, all the partner Digimon, because Gamamon is a literal baby, so he's not that independent, but Angoramon and Jellymon are very often off doing their own thing, which you don't really see that often in Digimon in general. So it's nice to see here that they have these outside lives.
Yeah.
Because the fact that Angoramon isn't present in one of these episodes actually causes a bit of an issue, because it's like, shit, he's not here. We need advice on how to do this thing. So yeah, it's just nice to see. And of course, Jellymon making her own scams while no one knows about it also causes issues as well. It's just a nice little thing that's there that I appreciate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this round of Ghost Game. Good show so far. I'm still waiting for I say this every time, still waiting for plot to kick in, but these singular episodes have been so enjoyable that the wait isn't exactly painful. I'm enjoying the ride. So, and it always feels like we get a little bit of world building somewhere, either in the real world or digital world. So, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
And sometimes they make new allies, but we can move on now.
Okay, moving on to Do It Yourself.
Do it yourself.
Do what myself? I don't get it. What am I supposed to do?
Oh,
okay. Oh, okay. I
Let's
get
do
what you
that.
want me to do. Okay. Yeah, the next show is called Do It Yourself.
Oh, you weren't doing a bit?
Of course we were doing a bit.
Yeah, it is a bit. It is a bit.
Oh god, I
it is
got
a bit.
confused.
It is a bit. I was having too much fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, Do It
myself.
Yourself. Good show.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, no, wonderful show. This show brightens my fucking day whenever I watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So episode 2, Takumi joins the club, which is great.
I'm shocked. I say.
I mean, it's more hilarious that Takumi was worrying that she would have to leave after they did the after she finished the sign, and Serafu and Ray were just like, I thought you'd already joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait, you didn't turn in the club sign-in form?
Already a member of our club? What?
Yeah, wait, what? Huh? Okay.
And the bench is already done with, which is quite nice.
Episodes 3 and 4, meanwhile, are devoted to introducing and situating the newest addition to the main cast, Juliet Queen Elizabeth VIII, aka Jobco.
No, we have to keep calling her Juliet Queen Elizabeth VIII.
I've called her Jobco every time in my notes. So
wow, what a heathen. I'm joking, of course. I actually really like the name Jobco and how she got it, because she loves saying good job.
Yeah. So I mean, Jobco is certainly in episode 3 is basically your typical tsundere. She's feeling isolated at this school that and let's be real, I think we all saw it coming that she misread the kanji.
Yes, but that doesn't make it any less
hilarious. No, it's still hilarious. It is still hilarious, but I'm just
it's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, she's feeling isolated, and these weirdos just come up. This weirdo just comes up to her and offers her a handkerchief or a hammer for some reason.
The hammer is to slay your enemies.
Obviously.
Yeah. And yeah, just decide to start hanging around with them until they realize, oh wait, you actually have nowhere else to go, and you actually do kind of like DIY. Cool, join the club.
Yep. So anyways, episode 4 is about finding her a place to actually sleep.
Yeah.
Because she lives in a hotel right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was an absolutely incredible episode. I just... Oh, Miku. Oh, Miku.
It's probably my favorite so far.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Everything with Jobco and Miku is just... it's so good. Mm-hmm. Miku is such a freaking tsundere. What the hell?
It just doesn't work. It never works.
Yeah, because Serafu is an oblivious dumbass who just does not catch any of the tsundere-ness from Miku at all.
I love how Jobco keeps calling her Pudding. It's like, my name is Miku.
Yeah.
It's so so funny. You like the nickname, admit it.
Yeah. I'd also say this is episode 4, easily the best looking episode of DIY.
That's saying
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot,
no.
because this show as a whole is
Yeah,
really good looking.
This show hasn't looked bad in any way, but episode 4 really like took it up a notch. Like there was some really, really good character animation from, I think it was Miku. And then that fucking
Studio Pine Jam has done some good stuff in the past. They
Yeah,
did
they did
Hageki Shoujo last year.
Yeah.
and they've apparently got some really good staff on it as well.
Yeah.
Though speaking of staff, they've got somebody like basically drawing up the concepts for the actual DIY projects and going into ridiculous amounts of detail for it.
Dang.
Like they posted like the concept drawings for the club sign on Twitter, and like drawing out literally like every little piece of glass or whatever it was.
Wow. That's
an impressive amount of detail.
That is, man, they're going all out.
Let me see if
I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. There's a lot of nothing. There aren't any cut corners in this anime. I don't think it doesn't feel that.
Right. Okay.
Speaking of behind the scenes talent, voice cast is also really good.
Oh yeah. No, voice cast is doing really good
Kana
work.
Ichinose as Miku. You got Ayane Sakura as Yasuku. Surfer's mother is played by Kikuko Inoue. And Nichika Omori does a lot of really good English as Jobko.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah.
That's just delightful.
But yes, I like I've seen some people like not necessarily like full on complaining, but like saying that Jobko's Japanese isn't very good, which makes sense, but her English also isn't very good. And that's, I mean, the reason is because it's a Japanese voice actress playing an English character who's trying to speak Japanese.
Yeah.
So there's an element of, there's only so much the voice actress can do for the English, and it still works. It's but it's I always love characters who just sprinkle in random English throughout their speech.
Nah, I love that shit. That is 10 out of 10. Love it.
There's actually one bit of English I do want to talk about we get to Spy Family later.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I do as well. Also, speaking of English, Miku had some good English at the start of episode 3, talking to Jobko.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, Jobko is your stereotypical Western ninja fan.
Of course.
Ninja.
Also, I love how much of a fucking gremlin she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking.
She just like straight up steals a bunch of digital textbooks too.
Yeah, and breaks into Miku's house.
Yeah.
And that double take from Miku when she woke up and was like, "Wait, why the fuck is Jobko here?"
I like how we finally meet Miku's mom.
Yeah.
She was totally fine with
I
staying there.
I loved that scene because you could see that, because Seraphim was just sitting there happily while Miku and Jobko were expecting like a scolding. Miku's mom.
I love Jobko misinterpreting the amount.
I was gonna that was my number 3, because Miku's mom is 100% okay with it. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like $100 a month. It's like, okay, that's fine. It's like, no, it's Jobko hears it because she says 10,000 yen, and Jobko's like, oh, $10,000? I can do that easy.
Yeah, which, jeez.
Yeah.
Fucking little rich girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Charge her more. She can pay. It's fine.
She's rich.
God. She's literally rich.
Yeah. Though speaking of Jobko and a family, we're all pretty sure that her mum is now dead, right?
Her mom probably, yeah.
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 Also, that poor fucking pig. Every single meal just seems to have some pork in it.
Yeah, I wanted to make mention of that. Why do they only eat pork? That poor thing.
The poor
Poor
fucking
meat.
pig. They're making that pig fear for his life.
See, no,
Also,
the truth
they need a
is
damn pig of meat.
the truth is it's actually a different pig every episode. They eat the
Oh
the
no.
pig. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Of course,
You
I'm joking.
monster.
But could you imagine?
Oh god. I love that Seraphou's mum is just as much of an airhead as she is.
Yeah.
Like when Seraphou was talking about making a bench out of skis, like the non sequitur that they then both went on of, I wonder if the bench could ride on the ski lift. They're both seats, so I don't think either of them would like it. Oh god damn it. And it was also hilarious through episodes 2 and 3 to see Miku just get more and more jealous of Seraphou having friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because she wants to be her friend more openly, but she can't.
Yeah.
Or
No,
she
she
doesn't
can.
think she can.
She can. She's too soon to admit it.
Yeah.
She has to.
She is
And again,
she's soon.
I said this in the premiere stream. I do not blame Miku for her tsundere-ness, because Seraphou is just the type of personality that will drive somebody like Miku insane. Absolutely insane. So I can't blame her. It doesn't make it any less funny.
Yeah.
Also in the the dream that the Miku had with the wind chimes, 100% knew that Seraphou would fall down the slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, once again, absolutely knew that Seraphou would crash her bike.
Oh yeah, I did too.
At the end, just 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show is just wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, cute girl shows are doing great this season.
Mm-hmm.
This season has been really good for those shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll actually say episode 3 wasn't as funny as 2 or 4, but it was still just really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we should probably move on because we've been talking about this for a hot minute.
Yeah,
let's just talk about it for the rest of the night.
We can move on to, it's the final time we're going to be talking about it. Dragon Quest.
We can talk about it at the end of the year stream, okay?
Yeah.
We can talk about it then.
Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai.
It's over.
It's all over. It's all over.
It's all ogre now.
Yeah. Dai miraculously gets Baran's sword and proceeds to break it.
Yeah, he breaks it within about 2 minutes of getting it, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But that's okay because he manages to get his actual sword back, and
I do love that. He also just uses the sword to immediately cut Vern in half.
Yeah,
fucking satisfying as hell.
Yeah, finally, Dio is dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Finally.
And he gets back on Earth, and I love how everyone's running to get him, and no, Pop is like, this job's mine. I have to be the one to do this. He does.
Yes, he does.
I love it. It's so nice. And then Kilvern shows up. Because
I told you. I fucking called it. I fucking told you.
Yeah, you did. You did. You called it. And to be fair, I didn't necessarily disagree with you, but yeah, you did call it. The Kilvern
So, yeah.
that we know is actually an android,
Yep.
and the little
Yep.
imp is the real Kilvern, and was manipulating this android like a puppet the whole time.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Also, seeing that little imp sound like Kilvern is unsettling.
It really is.
Yeah. It's like that voice is a little too eloquent for you, little guy. How the fuck
A
do you
little
do
too
that?
deep of a voice there. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Kilvern has the old black core bomb inside of it, and Die and Pop fly the bomb away, but Die being Die kicks Pop away and just takes it all himself so that Pop doesn't have to go with him. And yeah, that's the last we see of Die.
Now, do we believe Dai is dead? No.
No, because there's actual reason to believe he's still alive, because apparently the jewel on his sword, as long as he's alive, it will still glow. And it still glows at the end, so
He's still around.
yeah.
He's just
Die is
off in
alive
parts
somewhere.
unknown.
Yeah, he could be anywhere. He could be in the underworld, which that'd be
I doubt
unfortunate.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would. I doubt it as well, but that'd be interesting.
Yep. No, but what is funny is what's it? Queen Flora immediately passing out on seeing Avon.
Oh yeah,
being alive.
that was great.
Absolutely fantastic bit there.
Yeah, because no one knew that Avon for us has been alive for a while. They had no. Which is so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's alive, and yeah, he rules alongside Queen Flora, and he gets a funny mustache.
Yeah, that's funny. You get the impression that Flora actually manages to get him to actually stick around, which is good for her.
Yeah. We'll see how long he actually does.
Yes, we shall.
Yeah.
Also good for her.
Yeah. And then we see everyone else doing pretty well. I like Nova becoming what's his name again?
Blacksmith.
Yeah, the blacksmith. What's his name again? His name slips my mind. The actual blacksmith.
Shit, I'm trying to remember his name.
Yeah.
Oh, Lundberg.
Oh yeah, Longberg. Yeah, becoming his protege
Apprentice.
as
Yeah,
promise. I love it. I love that a lot.
really great. Yeah.
What's Pop's master's name? I forget his name.
Oh, shit. It's been a hot minute. So
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Either way, we see him with the fake hero group reforming them, and that's really nice.
what's funny is that the wizard on that group is his long lost brother too, which is funny.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I guess that also makes sense since that wizard is the one that put Pop on the right path again. So that's pretty fun. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, we get a little neat epilogue wrapping everything up.
Yeah.
Or mostly everything.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, we got Pop, Mom, and what's her name? There's so many characters to remember.
Yeah, there's so many characters.
It's Merla. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Merla going off to look for Dai, as well as Larhart and Hunkel go on their own way, with Hunkel being stalked by his not girlfriend.
His not girlfriend, but basically girlfriend.
Yeah, we also get, as you said, Nova training under Lon Burke.
Yeah.
team is also helping rebuild along with Chio and the rest of the Beast Squad.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm just glad him got to live, and he's a member of the Beast Squad. That's just fun. I
Yeah, I
love it.
gotta love him living his best life.
Yeah. But yeah, great, perfect finale.
Absolutely great. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna miss this show so much.
same.
I already do. It's been a week. I'm already sad. It's like, oh, it's Friday. Time to watch.
Uh,
Poor babies.
Shut up.
you be quiet now.
Yeah, you shut up. But great show.
Yeah.
Great, really good show. I will miss it.
As will I.
Yes, I can't wait for the Die game to actually come out because that looks really good actually. So
Is it going to be like a continuation or something, or is it
no,
just like
it's adapting the manga's story. Based on
okay?
yeah, it's gonna cover up to the fight between Dai and Baran.
Oh, okay. So it's only like the first
Yeah,
third or
it's
so.
the first third-ish. Yeah, basically the first big climactic fight. So, which I'm
Yeah.
fine with.
Yeah. No. It's
Yeah.
a good ending point for. Let me look because I think. Yeah, that's about the first third of the. Yeah, first 32 episodes. Oh, that
Oh
was so
wow.
long ago.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, that was yeah. Wow. But yeah,
But yeah,
that's
I ends
Die.
at 100 episodes exact.
Yeah, which is impressive. I'm surprised they pulled it off.
Yeah. No. Good. Good.
Good for them for hitting 100 episodes exactly. But we move on now to
Yep.
the Eminence in Shadow.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
What?
So basically, Sid here acts as the fake boyfriend for a princess, partially to maintain his cover, and partially just so he can collect money for his Eminence and Shadow activities. Most of which consists of buying fancy ass wine, art, and furniture, so he can be his extra ass self in pretending to be the Eminence and Shadow, except he's actually indirectly, accidentally masterminding a secretive counter-terrorist group, basically. Again, that's the whole premise in a nutshell.
Huh.
He is an super extra chuny, and he is the only one who doesn't realize that all of his delusions are actually correct and real.
It's a fun premise.
It is. I do feel a lot of the humor works a lot better in written form. I don't know how or why exactly, but it just seems to work better in text. And I can't quite put my finger as to why. Maybe it's the execution or something. I don't know. But yeah, Princess gets kidnapped, and because he was her fake boyfriend, he gets framed for it, and he gets arrested and tortured to confess. And he absolutely fucking lives for the whole torture sequence because, like, this is exactly what a background character would go through. This is perfect. Thank you for torturing me so I can perfectly emulate the background character who's secretly actually important. Yeah, he gets super into it and everything. Not like visibly for the torture people to see, but mentally, he's just absolutely living the dream, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, after his main sidekicks, the Seven Shadows, had pieced out on him a while ago, they finally return and help him to take down this secret organization that he doesn't realize exists. And they start by basically launching a coordinated strike on the group that kidnapped the princess. And he winds up indirectly stepping in to rescue her from her betrothed, who is also both a teacher at the academy and an asshole. And also evil, unsurprisingly. Yeah, he shows up, just accidentally fucking stumbles onto the scene, and is like, oh, cool. And that's where the most recent episode ended. Right before a beatdown was about to happen. But yeah. Now, this show is fucking weird as hell, in a fun way.
Yeah.
I do think I should take another crack at light novels, because I did start the light novels, and I stopped partway into the first one. I think because I got distracted by another book or something, and I just never got back into it. But yeah, no, it's a fun premise. My only issue with the show so far has just been like a little bit too much fan service here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Again, premise is good, and the character, the main character, and his interactions with the major supporting cast so far have been really fun. I do especially like that his sister cares so much for him, and while they don't have a healthy relationship, I would say they have a good relationship.
That's good, at least.
Like, she actually does believe in him and doesn't believe that for a second that he was involved in kidnapping the princess, which is nice. Yeah, no, this is fun. I'm kind of surprised you haven't picked it up, Nmbr. What's wrong? You haven't touched any of your isekai.
Listen. I was going to. I just didn't have time. I probably will.
Time, the enemy of us all.
Honestly, all three of the isekai I'm watching this season are pretty good. Oh, I haven't even counted Uncle in Another World, but that one is on the hiatus right now. Whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
This one's a fun one.
Do you have any idea when that's going to come back?
Mid-November.
Wow, okay.
It'll be after we check in. I'm pretty sure. It's a while out.
Yeah, okay.
I'm ready to move on when you guys are.
Okay, moving on then to Golden Kamuy Season 4. The Mad Lad Show.
Absolutely. I love this show. I was torn between... I sent you like 3 or 4 screenshots, Bill.
Yeah.
I was hoping you use this one, but the other ones were also ones I would have loved you to use.
I was very tempted to give it 2, just for the one with... let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? There. With Tsurumi on the back of the bike in what looks like ecstasy. So I was very tempted to add that one in as well, but I was rushed for time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Don't worry, plenty of other things got two pictures.
Yeah.
And I think this speaks well enough for itself, the insanity of Golden Kamuy.
Yeah, you got a huge man with a block forehead, ice skating, doing an aerial spin, and saying "moo."
Yeah, I'd like to really emphasize that Ushiyama is like, God, I want to actually know exactly his fucking like size and weight to make this, really
he has a brick
really sink in.
He is well over 6 feet tall.
Okay, Golden Kamuy Wiki. Where is it? Come on. Oh god, it doesn't even give his... Fine, fuck it. Ushiyama is just fucking huge.
Yeah, very, very big man.
Very big man. Called Ushiyama the Undefeated.
Yep.
And, can Ah,
Kinda
here we go.
debatable.
6'2" and is the heaviest character in the series.
I am not remotely shocked by either of those.
Yeah.
I thought he was taller, but then I remember that the average height in Japan is a lot lower than it is in the US.
Yeah.
But he's still fucking tall by Japanese standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Ushiyama bit is in the second episode of the season, and it's just like, he was so fucked up on poison that he lost his mind. And he was and that combined with the fact that he was just absolutely fucking pent up for several days led him to just wandering around mindlessly just saying pussy over and over again and nothing else.
Oh god.
And then a kid adopts him and calls him his very own pussy monster.
Oh god.
And it gets better because he thinks that he has to get rid of him like Old Yeller or some shit.
Yeah.
So he catch a peach while he's ice skating. He does the twirl, says moo, catches the peach, and then suddenly falls through a hole in the ice.
Peaches is listed as one of his likes, so
Yeah?
oh god.
That was just the second episode. The third episode, trying to remember. Oh, the third episode's the one at the with all of the extras in the Seventh Company.
Yeah.
That one was a bit more serious, but it was still a weird ass episode.
Yeah. They try to get these fucking spies.
Who turn out to be from Hinakata's group.
Yeah. Because of course they are.
Yep.
I think my favorite so far is actually episode 4.
Episode 4 was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That one was a whole episode flashback with Surumi.
Yeah.
And how he met what's his name? Ogata. No, not Ogata.
No, not Ogata.
Koido.
Yeah. The guy who is later absolutely obsessed with Surumi.
Yeah.
And this was back when Surumi was slightly more sane.
Yeah, and when he didn't have the disfiguration on his face.
Yeah. When he didn't have to deal with brain chews leaking out. But yeah, that's a good flashback. Interesting how this season has been a little bit scattershot. It's mostly just been individual stories.
There hasn't been a lot. Also, the main characters have only appeared in episode 1 and a little bit of episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I really hope that they pop back into the main plot. They pop back into the story again in the next episode because I kind of missed them.
Yeah, I do too. I don't even dislike the different focus here, but it's just
I just like it either. I just want to see more of my main characters.
Yeah, where's the immortal Sugimoto?
Where is a Sherpa, the sharpshooter?
Yeah.
Where are my children? I want to see my children.
Yeah. Where's Kenjiro Suda?
Doesn't work for me. I don't watch it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Out on a lot, dude. You are missing out.
I want to engrave it in your mind so that every time you see Ogata in the manga, you just think Kenjiro Suda. I'll make it happen.
If Bill ever watches the anime, he's going to watch it dubbed.
I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I'm just reading through some entries in the Golden Kamuy fan book, and Tanigaki's is like there's a commentary section. Tanigaki's is just like so fucking Satoru Noda, like. So he talks about the fact that there was a possibility that main character would be a combination of Tanigaki and Sugimoto. Then he says Sugimoto is the main character, so I couldn't make him too hairy and voluptuous either. Tanigaki's
so
not. Tanagaki's not the mainstream type, but he is my type. There is a Matagi ritual called Kuraidori, and I wanted to illustrate it as part of the time he spent with Nihei the Hunter. I went as far as to draw the rough outline of the scene, but it was way too lewd, so I gave up.
Oh my god.
By the way, you can tell the passage of time by the length of his hair. I would like to draw his leg and finger hair properly too, but it would be too much for a weekly manga. I will die. Tanagaki will kill me. I want to be killed by him.
What?
I love
Golden Kamuy is the wildest manga
I love that
and
man.
anime.
I love that fucking madman. Oh god. So fucking funny.
Anyways, if you aren't watching Golden Kamuy now, why are you not watching Golden Kamuy?
Yeah, watch Golden Kamuy. Or read it, but also watch it.
Do both.
Yes.
Just
Do
because do both, honestly. Like the animation isn't amazing, but the voice performances carry it. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
watch it, read it, do whatever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the glorious fan art.
Yes.
There are a lot of handsome men in this show.
Yes.
There are a lot of very handsome men, yeah.
The show has a lot more male fan service than I think almost any other anime I've seen that isn't like directly aimed at women.
Yeah, there are very few women in this show in general.
Yeah.
So,
the ones that are in the show are pretty good now.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just there's just so few.
Yeah.
So in the commentary section for Nikaido Kohei, I wonder how the nipples on his headgear stay erect. They're probably heat sensitive. Edo Gai-kun is a genius.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
Nothing about this
Man.
series is sane. Nothing about this series is sane.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
This is an actual real thing that a human being has written.
Another commentary. I think the way I got to show his tattoo was very smooth. A prime example of necessary nudity.
God damn it.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
Anyways, well, let's move on before we get further down this rabbit hole.
No, we can. No, this is a deep hole that.
I mean, I just like to end by saying this is the fucking author who literally ranked his characters by penis size.
Raw.
Yeah. Oh, guess who's at the top of the list? Guess who has the biggest dick?
Is it Ushiyama?
It's Ushiyama.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured.
Shocker. Shocker.
I figured.
Ushiyama is the biggest in all respects.
So fucking funny.
The fact is, the most surprising thing about him doing that dick ranking is the fact that I thought he'd done it earlier. I could have sworn he'd done it earlier, but whatever. Anyway, Golden Kamuy is...
Golden Kamuy, ladies and gents.
Yeah, it's insane. Please read or watch it. It really is insane.
Read and watch it.
Do both, yeah.
Do both.
So we move on now to Housing Complex C.
I did watch the rest of the show, so this is the last time we'll be talking about it for a while. But the show's really weird. Not quite sure what to make of it. It's not bad, but it's like it's not. There's little praise I can give it as well. So I mentioned last week the random fish that just appeared out of nowhere. It turns out that it's part of some sort of ritual relating to the god of this this small town. And these fish are like offerings to this god in the sign of goodwill. But that's not that important. What is important is that in front of well, getting ahead of myself. Apparently, one of the interns that moved into the complex,
Mhm.
he finds these animal corpses that have apparently ended up in front of Kimmy, the main girl's apartment, and he's been hiding them so that she doesn't get scared by them.
Right.
But because he's been doing this, people have been suspicious of him because they only see him carrying the corpses. They don't know what he's what he's actually doing.
Hmm.
So tensions rise between the people who are already living in the village and the interns that moved in there. And Kimmy arranges this shaved ice party so that everyone can have a chance to get along. And one of the interns makes the syrup that'll put on the shaved ice. And when Kimmy first tastes it, it tastes fine. It tastes good. But during the actual party, it tastes a bit different, a little bit odd. And then, of course, they check what's inside the actual the pot, and there's a severed dog's head. I can't imagine that tastes very good.
No.
Of course, they're quick to blame the interns, but we know they're not guilty, and it wouldn't make much sense for the people living there already to be guilty. So, but either way, that doesn't really matter because they start feuding over this shit. And then, but of course, the big question is how the fuck did a severed dog's head end up there? Taka, who's old dude who's basically the local nerd, who's very much into this the mysterious goings on. He looks into this himself, and he figures out that the complex is actually on top of this is actually the final shrine gate connected to this god or something like that. I don't know. It's explained very quickly.
Right.
What kind of god? Like an outer god or some shit?
Kind of. It's actually, yeah, the way it's described, it is basically like a Lovecraftian type thing. It's something similar to the shape of Cthulhu, but we don't actually see the god.
Right.
Okay.
Sort
That's
of.
fun.
Sort of. We kind of see it. So the guy digs into this. He goes back into the cellar, episode 1, and he digs further, and he finds a secret passageway. And he ends up dying there because he got too close to the fucking truth. And it turns out that the truth is that Kimmy is, well, I don't know if Kimmy is the god or is just like the mother of the god. It's explained weirdly, but Kimmy's mother is like this embryo type creature. And yeah.
So, what you're saying is he couldn't handle the truth.
Yeah. Yes. Something I forgot to mention is that is that the way well, we don't know the actual way he died, but his corpse turned into moss, and a couple other residents have turned to moss as well. But that just ended up like adding fuel to the fire of the feud between the residents and the interns, and so, but it turns out that one of the families that's like in charge of the interns, they're apparently just insane killers, and they just start killing all the residents, doing it in the name of this god that they don't know is Kimmy. So the daughter tries to kill Kimmy, but eventually Kimmy's like, okay, I'm done with this shit, and she just drops the nice girl charade, and she reveals that she did just want everyone to get along and for everything to just be normal, and that she has also apparently isolated this village to be strictly taking place in the year 2000. I had no idea it was the year 2000 in this show. There's technically hints towards it in the first episode where they find a bunch of like stuff from like 2001 and 2002, but they're like, that doesn't make any sense. How can this exist? But I don't know. But yeah, so, and then Kimmy just starts like the limbs of the daughter's parents, all three of them are fucking killers. Kimmy just starts pulling them out of nowhere, and then just dumps the rest of their shredded corpse like on top of the daughter. She's covered in blood. You see the guts and everything. It's
Sounds
disturbing as
pleasant.
hell. Yeah. And while the daughter's initially freaked out by this, she's like, "Oh my god, the god is real. You're her. I'm so happy that gods really do exist." And then of course Kimmy's just like, "Fuck you," and then just kills her. And
Good for her.
yeah, well, you say that, but almost all the residents and supposedly the interns are dead. I don't know for sure if the interns are dead or not. That's left vague. The only one that's left alive is Khan. And he's a really big dude, kind of intimidating, but really sweet guy. And kind of the only character that really matters in this show. But yeah, he ends up living because he hides out, and when he wakes, he finds that the entire village is back to the year 2020. It's all modernized. Everything's covered in moss and shit. But he's in. That's the end of the show. It's really weird.
Question.
Yeah, there's clearly some interesting ideas here, but honestly, more than anything else, I think its short length is what hurts it more than anything. Because like I'd be a bit more invested if it weren't only 4 episodes.
Yeah. So, question: if
Yes.
this Kimmy is a god,
Yes.
can't she just resurrect everybody?
I guess she's not the god of that. I don't know. Apparently, she can't do that. She can do a lot of things, but she apparently can't do that. I don't know. I think it's also she was like at that point she had just given up because like she just wanted everyone to get along and be happy and just live forever in this village in the year 2000. Because apparently it was the year 2000 when the time stop happened, so it looped 20 times.
Right.
So yeah. But at that point she just screw it and just gave up.
Relying on humans not to kill each other is a bad plan.
Well, no, and she actively points that out too. That man, humans are fucking stupid, and it's like, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, we're all too well aware.
Yeah. And Kimmy's actually what arranged for Khan to end up surviving anyway. She's like, hey, if anything bad happens, just read this letter, and he does, and chants some weird shit, and he ends up surviving. But yeah, that's Housing Complex C. This show's weird. I don't have any particularly strong feelings about it. It's just kind of okay overall, but it'd probably actually be pretty decent if it had like 12 episodes or at least 8, frankly. But yeah, the opening's really good. It doesn't match with the show at all, but it is really good.
Okay.
And that's kind of it. That's Housing Complex C. Also, one thing I do want to note. Well, I did watch the first episode on AdultSwim.com. Apparently, it is on HBO Max. So, if for whatever reason you wanted to watch it, it is there.
UK also doesn't have HBO Max, so I'm still locked out.
That's crazy.
That fucking sucks.
That actually really does suck.
I'm sure we have our own version that I just haven't bothered to investigate. Anyway,
yeah.
We should
move
on to I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss.
Not gonna lie, pretty hardcore for the protagonist to take a sword impalements.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, something saint powers, something. The game protagonist isn't the only one who has them. Something Eileen has them too. So she uses those saint powers to absorb the special sword that Protag Sean was going to use to kill her boyfriend.
Right.
So yeah, first arc ended 2 weeks ago because this started really fucking early. So we're on episode 6 as of today, but I'm only going to be talking about the first 4 because going past that is way too far, honestly. In my opinion.
Man, it's already at episode 6. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, again, this aired a week earlier than everything else.
Yeesh.
I think the only one that I'm watching that's closer is My Master Has No Tail, which is on episode 5, I believe.
Episode 5 for that one, yeah, I think.
Not that I've watched
yeah,
up to that point, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, no, this one, the first arc wrapped up pretty nicely with Eileen successfully defending, diffusing the whole situation with Claude, and actually getting her ex fiance discredited for trying to murder his brother and kidnap her and force her to marry him.
Yeah, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, kind of shitty of him. So he's now demoted, and Claude is now the heir to the throne. So good for Claude,
Yeah.
and good for Eileen, because she is now the betrothed of the crown prince. Yeah. No. I do like the supporting cast, and the main characters have a really good chemistry. I'm just like the one thing that the show lacks is like so far there's only a couple female characters, and one of them is kind of sort of a not really fleshed out antagonist. The other one is Eileen, who is fantastic, but
Yeah.
the like the show could really stand to lean a little bit less into the Otome game stuff and properly flesh out the female supporting cast.
Yeah.
The male supporting characters are pretty fun though.
Mm.
I do especially like Beelzebub, who is the perpetually shirtless demon man who is just also a total dork. And I also really like the incredibly sarcastic Isaac. He's also really fun.
Mm.
Yeah, so Eileen has successfully subverted the situation that would end in both her and Claude's deaths, and now it's on to the next arc of the series, which I will not be covering today because, Jesus Christ, there's way too many episodes out of this. Why did this start so goddamn early? My goodness. Anyways, good show. I wouldn't say it's as good as the other two isekai this season, if only because of its lower animation quality overall. But it's still a fun time.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on then to Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal. So things so got the second part of the two-part premiere sort of thing, which was sort of interesting. Set up the Jumi, the gem people.
This isn't Steven Universe.
No. A lot of people dying though. Well, some people dying.
So people do die when they are killed.
Yeah, well, the Jumi apparently die when you pull the gem off their chest, which is apparently quite easy to do.
That is unfortunate.
And there's some girl going around doing that because why not? Yeah, I mean it is getting more interesting. Though episode 4 introduced my least favorite character in certainly the show, maybe even the season at this stage. Some fish fuck who had a ton of money and spent it just leering at belly dancers and abusing waiters. Yeah, just did not like him. Literally, his design was a fucking fish on top of a basket. Do you want to know what his name was?
What?
Basket fish.
Wow.
Okay.
Such creative. Much wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But basically, in the last two episodes, Shiloh has gotten his ass kicked by Sandra, who's the one going around killing Jumi. So he's gonna need some sort of power up if he's gonna, actually compete here. That said, the guy who died in episode 3, Rubens, is in the OP fucking shit up, so he might come back. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how the Jumi physiology works. I don't know if they, if you place it on another corpse, he comes back or something. I don't fucking know. Still seems interesting, though. Yeah. Other than that, El Azul and Pearl managed to meet up again in episode 2, and Pearl seems to be able to transform and probably change personality because she was a klutzy, absent-minded girl, and then she curb stomped the thing that had just beaten the shit out of Shiloh and El Azul. So I'm just guessing. I have no idea what what is possible and what isn't possible in this crazy world with its weird designs. Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's an interesting show. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm enjoying it well enough for the time being.
Okay.
As I said, hopefully Shiloh goes through some sort of training arc so that he can compete with Sandra a bit more, because he is getting very much outclassed. But moving on to The Little Lies We All Tell.
I actually did start watching this.
This show is fucking funny.
Yeah,
it did not disappoint.
I'm glad. Unfortunate first segment for episode 2, I will say.
Oh, which bit do you mean?
The whole Tsubasa Yoshi getting forced into more cross-dressing.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Though there were definitely some funny bits. And overall, I like Tsubasa Yoshi, so I do want more segments focusing on him, but I mean, otherwise the episode was fun. I mean, the fortune teller stuff was hilarious.
It was.
Yeah, I love that.
Like the fortune,
that was so good.
The fortune teller going to
so accepting.
Yeah, the fortune teller going to Tsubasa Yoshi. Okay, so who are you going to marry in the future, Caesar's bride? Oh, I see. She likes girls. Okay.
Good for her.
That's quite all right. Legally, there might be some issues, but you know what? Things will probably look good in the future. So
yeah,
don't give up hope.
Yes.
And then trying to see Chio's guardian spirits, and thought it was quite normal, and then Chio was like, "Phew! I thought it'd be the souls of all the people I killed." And then just seeing Rika's past and just passing out. And Sekine just going, "Oh, Tsukare-sama deshita. Good work. You did well. You did well lasting this long." Oh god, Chio dressing up in the maid outfit and Sekine and Tsubasa Yoshi just trying to go like, how do we tell her that she looks like a sex worker?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she is a child.
But yeah.
I did like that was the angle they were coming from. It was like, look, there's nothing wrong with that profession. It's the oldest profession in the world, but you shouldn't be doing
you look
it.
Like... I'm sorry, you are Maru. You should not look like a hooker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and Chio getting so upset that they were going to make a stereotypical ninja cafe.
That was so funny. Everything related to that is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, God.
And then her going 110% on that, too. Just, going all out on the ninja shit.
Oh, poor Tsubasa Yoshi got trained into the ground.
and then him trying to be good with the shuriken, and then Shio just going, nah.
All right, this is how this
I will
is
not.
done.
I will not stand for this.
Yeah.
1,000 push-ups now.
I love how they called him on the push-ups too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you say you're going to do push-ups, this amount of push-ups, right? We'll do this amount of push-ups then.
And then Tsubasa Yoshi's going, no, I can't do it. Okay, good. I'm glad you said. Rika, get on his back. I'll get on her back. What? No, I don't think that's. I think that's wrong. Sekine, get on her back. Oh, Tsubasa, I'm not heavy, am I? No. Oh. Also, we got introduced to the English teacher, who is hammy as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Also, really good English, which makes sense.
Yeah, that dude actually does really good English.
Yeah.
I was actually
Gotta love the good English.
No, this show is hilarious. It really is.
It's very, very funny.
Yeah. Okay, I will say the funny thing about that first segment is the fact that Rika had the hair ties on her tentacles and was like dying. It was like, just do it, Tsubasa, please. Oh god.
Rose was literally dying out there.
Yeah. I just always chuckle when I see the shot of the school from the outside with a giant fucking saucer just crashed into the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
is the funniest shit.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very funny show.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah. But moving on to
we're doing really good with comedy this season.
We are. There are some really good comedies this season. Moving on to one that is not a comedy. It just makes us sad.
It is a tragedy.
Yeah.
It is a tragedy of production.
Yeah.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
So that being said, something weird happened. This show started looking slightly better.
Oh,
that's nice.
Just a little bit. So like with the start of the second half, we get a new opening. The opening has actually good animation in it. I might even call it Sakuga. I was intrigued. Yeah, I was surprised. I was just happy that it just didn't recycle, key art and just scenes from the actual show itself. No, it's, as far as I can tell, it's almost all like new original animation for the opening, which, wow, I was very impressed. Also, the song's a banger. So so I do at the very least recommend watching that opening. So,
I will try and get around to it.
Yeah, because manga readers will probably get something out of that. But yeah, so I was decently impressed with that. So the actual, like, visually, it's still largely the same. It still doesn't look great overall.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, every now and then I see just a little bit of something that looks slightly better than what I'm used to. And it's like, why did that look a little bit good?
To be fair, it does make sense, because as they get, more experience drawing the characters and getting used to the pace of the show, they are gonna get steadily better. It's just whether they'll have the time. Because I mean, that's what happened with Black Clover. Because things didn't look great in those first couple of cores. Once they got their feet under them with the characters and the art style, they started doing some really good shit. But it's just whether the Lucifer team will be able to do that with the episodes they've got left.
Yeah, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, this show still it's still largely disappointing visually, but it's the fact that there is like a bit of a noticeable improvement here and there is just
It's
that's good. That makes me happy.
it's
It's
set a low bar for itself that it is actually managing to get over.
yeah, yeah. So I am pleased with that. Because like a good example is one scene where Mikazuki, the I believe he's the Crow Knight, does like this lance attack with his holding fields, and it actually looks very good when he's pulling those out, and it's like, oh wow, that's I'm slightly impressed. Story wise, we finally meet Anima. She's very odd, and she likes to eat. And of course she has to eat so that whenever she uses her power, Samidare doesn't, tucker herself out.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah. Taro, the rat knight. Yes, the rat knight. He dies unfortunately. Learn more about him and his childhood friend Hanako. And we learned what his wish was to make sure that Hanako recovers from a lethal blow if she ever were to take one. And but during a fight with the eight-eyed golem, I think it's the eight eyes. She of course gets that lethal blow, but of course Taro, being the guy that he is, attempted to stop the blow anyways, just instinctively.
Yeah.
So they even point out he died for nothing. But that's also just the kind of hero he is. So yeah,
they both died?
No. Hanako survived because of the wish.
Okay.
Yeah. But Taro did die, unfortunately.
Rip.
Yeah, rip the boy. And it's pretty, and all the characters are hit pretty hard by it. Something I completely forgot about is that Yuhi actually does hang out with some of the male beast knights. Like and Taro was one of the ones he hung out with the most. So
yeah,
he was hit hard by that as well. So very unfortunate. Let's see. The horse knight, I forget his name, becomes the mythical beast knight unicorn through Anima's power, and is shown to be significantly stronger. But
is the horse knight the one who was like working with Anima?
No. Wait. Which one do you mean working with Anima?
I maybe not working with them, but talking with them. I feel like I recall something like.
Oh, Animus. You mean Animus?
Oh, Animus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's confusing because Anima and Animus.
Right,
Animus. Okay. Animus was talking with the Black Cat Knight.
Okay.
Yeah. Which yeah, that's that was covered a while ago. But yeah, so we get the Unicorn Knight, and he's a lot stronger, but he gets a little bit full of himself, so he almost gets fucking killed. But
Shocker.
yeah, as fairly typical.
Yeah.
But yeah. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. But yeah, easily, like I did mention before, it's easy to like when binging this show, it's easy to ignore like visually its faults just by how good the story is. So that, and with the visually it looking a little bit better as well, it's just a pleasant surprise. It's never going to look good, but if you can get me a few memorable scenes, that's fantastic. And at the very least, we got a decent opening. So
yeah,
that well, that's a plus.
Yeah, so we manga readers at least got something decently positive out of this. So there we go. But yeah, we can move.
Okay, moving on then to management of a novice alchemist.
This show's delightful.
It is delightful, isn't it?
Yeah. Sasura cleaning up or is it Sarasa? It's Sarasa.
Sarasa, yeah.
Yeah, Sarasa. Cleaning up her new shop. Apparently in this world they have little like seal things that you can put on walls that like instantly clears it off of all the dust. I want one of those.
Yeah, no, that sounds rad as hell.
That sounds amazing. Please get me one of those.
Oh yeah, the screenshots from a great scene though.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Iris.
yeah.
You know, yeah, this show's been real fun.
Yeah. What I'm also impressed by sometimes really good animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like few really nice cuts of animation here and there that have just really elevated the show.
Yeah, like when Sarasa fought that fucking the Hell Flame
There.
Grizzly. Yeah, the Hell Flame Grizzly, which that's yeah, sure. What's
No
worse than
name.
what's scarier than grizzly bears? Grizzly bears on fire.
Yes.
It's literally what it is. Grizzly bears that are on fire. Granted, one of them gets like 4 arms, but still.
I think all of them have 4 arms.
I only saw one of them at 4 arms, but I could be.
Regardless.
Yeah, or 4 paws. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this has been real fun.
Yeah, it's really nice. Apparently, Sarasa's also just really strong. I thought she was just proficient in alchemy. I didn't know that automatically translated to powerful as fuck. But
I guess she's absolutely fucking shredded.
Yeah, and now she has sword trading. So
I mean, she doesn't look shredded, but she is, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
Come on, anime, make muscular female characters.
We get them sometimes.
You're asking way too much, Mel. You're asking way too much.
Nah, the girls in this show are too cute for that, apparently.
Come on, muscular girls in this economy. What are you thinking, Mel? Oh, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I am, of course, joking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, in a couple of shows' time, we'll be getting to a powerful female character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, several shows.
Yeah, we got a few of those.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Now this show's been really light fun. Nothing too crazy or serious or anything, but it's been a fun time.
Yeah, I like her meeting the whole town and everyone just getting along with her pretty well.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice, sweet little small town. She gets her assistant as well.
Yep.
Who is a little too eager to work with her, but
you know what? Good for her.
Yeah, no, good for her. Yeah, and I think that's just about it. Yep. But yeah, just a fun little show.
Yep.
Okay, then moving on to one that isn't quite as fun and little, but it's certainly a show. Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
I don't know. I'm having fun. Even though this show isn't like the same kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't get the screenshot of Choo Choo punching out those bullies.
Oh, I forgot about that. When I think screenshot, this scene from episode 1 just comes. So.
You know what? That's fair. It's a really good screenshot.
But no, you have a point there. Choo Choo beating the shit out of those bullies. That was so good.
Especially considering it was apparently like a technically perfect punch.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely great.
And how they animated her to throw the punch, like somebody did like an analysis of her form, and it was perfect.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow. That's impressive.
Why do I hear change sound? Choo choo, motherfucker.
That's good. That's good. Uh, I love Ghoul. He was kind of an asshole, but I love him now.
Oh, he's a total dumbass.
Yeah, he's a dumbass, but he's not all bad. I can respect him now. His father fucking sucks, but he's a good dude.
But every single of the high corporate people is an absolute asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is true to real life, so points for
yeah.
accuracy.
Yeah. And Ghoul also proposing to Soletta, because of course he does.
He immediately gets shot down.
I want to know what his plan is there, because it doesn't seem like he's doing it out of pure affection, but I don't know.
Regardless, I do find it hilarious that he again gets shot down immediately.
Yeah, no, that's very funny. Soletta already building her own harem. That was faster than I expected.
Yep. The question isn't if at this point, it's when.
Yeah. Exactly. And then during a mobile suit exam, apparently the exam's rigged by some bullies who just want to start shit, I guess. And
I believe their motive is being racist assholes.
yeah, a lot of racism in this school, unfortunately.
It wouldn't be Gundam without racism.
Yeah, good point, actually.
This time it's spacers against Earth dwellers and such.
Yeah, Spacians versus Earthians.
I really don't like the way it's conjugated. It just bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's still green!
Fair enough. Yeah. But
yeah, no, I do appreciate that, like, Choo Choo just like here's Soletta crying because of the bullying that keeps making her fail her exam, and she can't pass it because the bullies sabotaged her equipment.
Yeah.
And the bullies are just laughing up, having a good time. They brought snacks to watch the show, and Choo Choo just rolls up and knocks one of them out with one fucking punch.
Actually raw.
Yeah, fucking metal.
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to beat the ever-loving shit out of the other one until she can get a good clean hit in.
Yeah. So satisfying.
Incredibly satisfying.
Yeah. Also, it's okay because Soletta and Chishu can just take the makeup test. So. Yeah.
I do appreciate the proctors giving them that opportunity. That's really nice of them.
Also, apparently during a makeup test, you can just retry it
until you get it right.
Yeah. Gee, that's pretty nice.
That's how all tests should be. Why
it's almost
failure?
like the modern educational system could take inspiration from shit like this.
Yeah, I know, right? Reward persistence. Don't just reward people memorizing shit.
Yeah. Anyways, also Soletta joins the Earth House or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I mean she is the only Mercury there, so makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna point out that I have been getting so much fucking art for this on my timeline.
Yeah, me too.
Understandable.
This is the Licorice recoil of this season.
A lot of Licorice fans have apparently migrated over to the show.
I'm
not remotely surprised.
It makes sense why I'm getting it as well then, because I've liked a lot of Licorice art.
Yeah, it's all over my fucking timeline.
Yeah,
and I'm not complaining. It's just interesting.
I mean, I've actually been really happy while we're just speaking about art on Twitter. I'm actually really happy at the amount of DIY and bocce art I've managed to find.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
also
seen some of that as well, which great. I'm good. I'm glad the fan art this season isn't limited to just Bleach and Chainsaw Man and
Yeah.
Mob. That makes me
Mhm.
happy.
Yeah, that's nice.
Funnily enough, I've been barely getting any art for any of those. Chainsaw Man is probably the one I've been getting the most for.
Yeah.
It's mostly Makima.
I am not
Yeah.
remotely surprised.
No.
Makima is a fucking simp magnet.
Yeah. But yeah, G Witch, very good. Very, very good.
Watch
I'm
more
glad.
G Witch.
Yes. Good. Moving on to another good show.
Yeah, we're moving on to another really good show because
Really,
it is
really good show.
It is Mob Psycho Season 3. I nearly said Season 2.
Look, Season 2 is also really incredibly good.
It is.
Yes, but this is already turning up to be potentially even better.
Holy
And
shit.
that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Episode 4, I was legitimately, like, unnerved. It was
Yeah,
so
This is the
creepy.
foundation of the body snatcher shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actual presentation of the episode, like from the very beginning, is also quite different and a little bit unsettling as well. Even though you don't quite understand what's going on just yet, it's just something is definitely off.
Yeah.
I think it was relatively easy. I mean, certainly from Mesato and Tomei, it felt pretty clear that Dimple probably mind whammied them. But it was it was when Teru ate that cookie and got mind whammied as well, and suddenly you realize, oh shit, this is this is bigger than just Dimple trying to get back at Mob. This is him taking over the damn city.
Yeah, he's trying to become that god that he tried to become before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this time he's a lot more successful at it, though.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it's not just a mind whammy. It's a mental link. Dimple can see through, know what happens with individual members and relay information.
I initially, like, it's kind of obvious that it was Dimple the whole time, but initially when I first saw the founder, I thought, oh, is this the will of the tree? Just the will of the giant broccoli itself. But then you realize that the voice is clearly Dimple, and it's like, oh yeah. Plus, it was foreshadowed at the end of episode 1.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say now, I'm fairly sure that Reagan didn't actually get whammied at the end of episode 4.
Yeah, because at what point would he have gotten
exactly that's exactly what I said. I was like, did Reagan get whammied? When? So I think he was putting on an act.
Yeah,
that's entirely possible.
That is possible. He's a great actor.
Again, it is Reagan. You can never rule anything out with him.
Yeah,
I'm just curious as to why he would do that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean the point was they were being targeted by the entire city, so maybe it wasn't a case of pretending he'd been whammied, but pretending that even without being whammied, he was gonna leave the tree alone and be okay with Dimple, so that they wouldn't be hounded by the entire fucking city.
Yeah, I guess so.
But we'll obviously have to see about that. And
yeah, that'll probably get paid off quite soon.
Yeah. I mean, the episodes
if that is the case.
Yeah, the episodes before that were good as well. I mean, episode 2 was just so fucking funny.
Episode 3 was also really funny.
Yeah.
Giga Chad Mob was
Giga
something
Chad
I never
Mob.
knew I needed.
Just again, episode 2 with Reagan just going fully on board with Amakus's bullshit after being offered 1 million yen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was also really funny.
And all the while they're going through this incredibly creepy building, Mob is just completely distracted trying to think of what to do for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And him, festivals are very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just absent-mindedly taking out the leaders of of the Great Yokai King's army.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Serizawa wielding a sword of fucking business cards.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
Just
was
cool as
that was
shit.
great.
that's pretty cool.
And then the king himself got curb stomped so badly they didn't even bother showing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Bob and Sarazawa are both really incredibly strong on their own.
Yeah.
Them tag teaming a guy, fucking wipeouts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Marcus are trying to poach Serizawa and Mob, and Reagan talking himself into not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. But yeah, then episode 3. Oh, actually, no. For one last thing for episode 2, I'm so happy Reagan came to see Mob's fair event.
That was
That
nice.
was so
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Also, how unhappy Ritsu was to have to do a maid cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Ritsu.
And then Sho turned up and saying, "Hey, you actually look pretty good."
Well, that one's for the shippers, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
So yeah, then episode 3, the start of the weirdness.
Yeah.
I did say as Mob's percentage was rising, I was like, please calm down. I'm not sure I want to know what 100% flustered is. Also, is this the first time we've seen the faces of Tsubomi's friends?
I think so,
'Cause
yeah.
I feel like every
I
other
did
time it's
like
been
that
through.
little-
I feel like every other time it's been through Mob's eyes, so they're just potatoes.
I did like the little bit of focus we got on Tsubomi with that,
Yeah.
with episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was nice
it's
to actually see more of her and her
Yeah.
being like normal.
An anxious mess, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, normal, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was nice.
Yeah.
This whole set of episodes has been really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh man. Next episode though.
Oh, that's gonna be great. That's
oh.
gonna be wonderful.
I'm honestly just glad that Hanazawa hasn't been mind wabbied as well. I mean, he did, but he's also like unmind wabbied.
I mean, Teru seems able to
De-mind whammy himself.
yeah,
Yeah.
to break out of it. And I was sort of hoping that Ritsu's annoyance at Reagan would be strong enough to break through it, but apparently not.
Alas.
I'm impressed with Teru though. He not only did he break through the mind control several times, he also, got to the bottom of things pretty quick.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no, he just did cut to the chase immediately, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him.
Mm-hmm. It's just unfortunate that that's not really Dimple, so destroying that body will do nothing in the long run. Especially
You have
considering it
to
regenerates.
exercise Dimple.
Yeah, the Psycho Helmet's body also is creepy as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it really
yeah,
is.
it's just a creepy, ugly mob.
Yeah.
With a bunch of fucking veins and shit. Vines, I guess in this case.
So a few other things, especially from episode 3. Reagan going, "It's like they think we do odd jobs," and Mob just thinking, "We don't." And the fucking second screenshot, a true man should be the founder of a religious group at least once.
I love how these things are so easily taken out of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether with the shirt whether Teru was messing with Mob or not, or if he just has incredibly bad taste.
It could be both.
I think it's I think he just has bad taste.
I mean,
Yeah, that's probably it.
if he was messing with Mob, it's not completely unjustified. What with the bald thing, it's still a dick move,
true.
but it's not completely unjustified.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to find out later. That was to get back at you for making me bald.
Yeah. That said, I do like Terra's haircut now, so it worked out in the end.
Yeah, it worked out.
Also, we got a bit of Plant Dude.
Yeah, which makes sense for him to appear here.
I mean, he didn't last long, but he was there.
No, I'm glad he was there.
But
it's
yeah,
like
just
big psychic plant. Where's the plant guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
makes sense at the very least.
So creepy, especially at the end of the episode when Mob was just walking towards the broccoli, and all the mind whammied people proclaiming him as the original Psycho Helmet.
Yep.
That is a weird sentence you just said.
I know it is, but that's what Mob does. But yeah, Mob is also. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to mention. So, when I watched the OP in episode 2, I actually enjoyed it a lot more. So maybe there was an element of delayed reaction on that. And the other thing, I'm really not sure about this, but has it been the exact same every time?
I'm not sure.
Because I feel like for episodes 3 and 4, I was seeing new stuff. That could have been just me not paying attention, but I felt like I was seeing new stuff, which really interested me.
Yeah, it's possible. I got a bit of that feeling as well, but I don't know for sure.
I want to set up side by side windows with the episode 1 OP and the episode 4 OP and just compare that. I don't think it was like massively changed. I think it was just couple of little bits at the start, but
the thing is, like, there's a lot of stuff in that opening in general. So even if there is
very busy OP,
it's so easy to miss.
Yeah,
so.
Again, that could also be a reason. But as I said, I'm definitely enjoying the Mob OP more now. I still, I still don't think it quite reaches 99.9, but I do think it's still, worthy of a Mob OP.
Yeah.
I mean, 99.9 is probably an easy top 10 all-time anime OP for me.
Yeah.
So
I think I did rank it as my top OP.
Yeah. Again, easy top 10 all-time OP.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should move on to it's another big shonen. It is My Hero Academia Season 6. I have only got one episode of this, but it was a hell of an episode.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Mirko.
This entire season so far has been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's been really good so far this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opening set of episodes has been a real fun showcase for Mirko, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My one negative from the episode that I watched is that there was like 2.5 minutes of recap at the start.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
recap syndrome?
No, I'm talking about episode 115, which is the second episode of the season.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, there was just like it had Izuku's regular monologue and then recapping everything that happened in more detail than was needed, really.
It wasn't as bad for the past couple episodes, but I could see it coming up every now and then. Most recent episode ended with everything going to shit, though.
Yeah.
Was it the one where Shigaraki woke up?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Things went to shit then.
Yep. There was actually a couple extra bits that were not in the manga that were shown in the anime.
Ooh, interesting.
Namely, Mount Lady in the background during Dabi's confrontation with Tokoyami, and them actually showing Shigaraki killing Exless. just straight up murdering the dude like in one
Sad.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rip
Sad.
dude. It's probably because Shigaraki liked his cape and wanted it.
Yeah.
I
To be
mean,
fair, it is a cape.
yeah.
Shigaraki decimated a whole fucking like city in like what, a minute?
Minutes.
Yeah. This is a very dangerous quirk.
Yep.
It was already a dangerous quirk. Now it's even dangerous-er.
Now it's just kind of
Correct.
broken.
Yeah, it is
It is
busted. Yeah.
broken as fuck. Yes.
But that's sort of the point. You know, there's a reason All For One picked him to be a successor beyond just, you know, being one last fuck you to All Might.
I mean, that definitely has something to do with it as well.
Oh no,
but-
100%. Like, All For One's actions over the last sort of like decade or two have been solely about what will fuck up All Might the most.
Correct.
He really hates that man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, the man did kind of punch off his face.
Well, All For One punched out All Might's stomach, so they're about even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call it even. Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing I think I forgot to mention in the premiere. I really like the comic aesthetic in the OP.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
So that was and I just hope in general, because of how stacked this season is, especially with big sequels, the assholes will just leave My Hero alone a bit and just let it be
A lot
what
of
it
people
is.
have been praising this season
Yeah.
because it's so action heavy and it's actually plot progressive. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like we have already a major character death and several minor character deaths.
Yeah.
We're only like 4 or 5 episodes in.
In fairness,
good,
I'm not necessarily
consistent adaptation.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily talking about the ones who, you know, were criticizing last season for being a bit dull. I'm more criticizing the ones who have thought since like the end of season 3 that the animation has been shit.
No.
Oh no.
No. In some cases, it's definitely been not as good, but you know, it's never really been bad.
Yep.
That's the point, though.
I think at worst,
yeah.
it's been underwhelming.
Yeah.
The animation this season has been a step above the last season, though, I will say.
Yeah, it's been consistently good. Especially this week as well. It has some really good shit in it.
Which works pretty well since everything's gone to absolute cuckoo bananas nightmare shit.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I do want to make note of it before I forget. The title of the next episode is a callback to Deku first meeting Shigaraki all the way back at the end of season 2.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's called Encounter Part 2. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have fun with that whole mess. I'll just, you know, keep enjoying Mirko fucking beheading a Nomu with her thighs.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, very good stuff. I will not apologize for everything.
Yeah.
Because Mirko is great.
Also,
she's awesome.
Oh, she absolutely is. Also, they are really pushing Jiro Kaminari, aren't they?
A little bit.
Meh. Not really big on that one. It is just one moment, so I don't think it's like super big or anything.
Yeah.
I'm again
it,
just an observation, and I believe I saw somebody note that shame you're going this far for a Kaminari, because Jiro's absolutely not going to date you.
I do like his lightning rod moment though. That is pretty rad.
That is pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this. But yeah, Twice's death was also just a real gut punch.
Yeah. It was always going to be. He's just a nice
Yeah.
guy who wants, somewhere to belong.
And he just fell in with the wrong crowd, and he bonded with them, and
Yeah.
he refused to let them go because he was loyal and he loved them.
Imprinted on them like a baby bird.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I know this really, really sad sad scene where he dies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So last thing from me, I'm really liking the voice actor they've got for the Doctor.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's very good. He really sells the whole derangedness of
Yeah.
the Doctor, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, no, absolute last thing from me. Why couldn't the better purple person be there instead of Mineta?
Because you could argue that Minnow would be marginally useful at restraining villains. But that's only really a marginal argument.
The
Yeah.
fucking brainwashing guy isn't going to be good at keeping people held in one place.
Oh, he will be.
And he's, going to be far more composed than Mineta.
Clearly, everyone is far more composed than Mineta.
Kaminari got pretty close.
Again, he still had nerves of steel and held his ground.
He did. I'm not gonna fault him. But is there anything else the two of you want to say for My Hero?
No, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Shit hitting the fan. Woo! Always,
Woohoo!
always
Crazy
fun.
shit.
Yeah.
Then
we are in for a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we will move on to My Master Has No Tail.
Sorry to hear
I'm
that.
sorry, Mel. I had to drop this one.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not enjoying it as much as I hoped I would, but it's still been relatively enjoyable. I think the Rakugo segments were a lot better in episodes 2 and 3 than they were in 1. So I do think the voices were just that little bit more distinct, so it was easier to keep track. And I think the segments just weren't as long. The one in episode 1 was really fucking long, whereas the next two were pretty short and sweet, which was quite good. Fun seeing Mamida fighting with a cat over Bunko's fan.
Yeah.
I actually wondered for a moment if the cat was on Bunko's payroll and was there
That
just
would
to
be
mess
funny.
with Mamida, but I don't think so. And then episode 3, we got to Murase's character.
Oh yeah, the manager.
Yeah, Sakajiro. We also met Amatsu, and I do apologize for this line, but I wrote it and I've got to say it. Damn, did Amatsu want that Tanusi?
God damn it.
I'm sorry, but it's true. She was coming on to Mamada pretty strong.
Yeah, and then there's also the mid card that showed her with that other chick. Which also indicates that she swings that way.
Mm-hmm. Which would be cool.
Yeah, no, it would be cool. It's just it's not enough on its own to get me to enjoy the show.
No, that's fair. And I'm not, I'm not saying you should. I mean, again, Rakugo, historical setting, kind of my thing. Add Murase into the mix. Do you remember how many episodes of fucking Battle Game in 5 Seconds I watched just because of Murase?
Yes, too many.
Far too many. I'm willing. And this is a better show than that, so I'm willing to keep watching it even if it's just for some little scraps of Murase.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean it's enjoyable enough, and nice mysterious figure in the background at the end of episode 3. So, oh, and a blind shamisen playing girl.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
That was pretty cool. So we will. I think that's pretty much all I said. I didn't really take in many notes during episode 3, so. Oh yeah, the two Tanuki that kept mocking Mamada. Fuck them. They're terrible.
Oh yeah, no, they're dicks.
Yeah, complete dicks. But moving on to sort of in the same vein as the one before. It's a small show. We just want to get its name out there. It's One Piece.
Yeah, you went with Sanji kicking Queen King frame. That was great. They are at the part where the raid is kicking into full swing with matchups finally getting underway for real this time. Oh, and Luffy's been knocked off the island. He is currently drowning.
Yeah.
Damn, he's not gonna come back, is he?
Oh no, the protagonist is totally dead this time, guys. I swear.
Damn.
It's totally for real this time.
Damn. Yeah. Okay, I guess that means Law is the protagonist now.
Guess so. Yeah, he's about to join Kid in fighting Big Mom, so I guess he is the protagonist now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, raid's in full swing. A lot of the fights are being set up now. I think, end of the most recent episode has Yamato squaring up against Kaido, about to fight him, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, the big thing is that Luffy is currently in the water and just has been found by Law's crew in their submarine.
Saved by that crew again.
Led by the greatest first mate in all the seas. Beppo.
Yeah.
Beppo is on the island, though.
Was he?
Beppo is on Onigashima, remember?
No.
There's a lot of characters in Onigashima.
Yeah, Beppo unfortunately didn't really get his day in the sun during Onigashima.
Yeah.
And I'm perpetually annoyed about that, which is why I thought that he was just in the submarine because he didn't do anything.
No. Yeah. I think Jean Bart was in command of the submarine.
Oh, Jean Bart's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot else to say. Kiku and Kinemon got stabbed.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's fun. And I think Kaido knocked Shinobu and Momo off the island as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at that point in the raid. We're in for another year of this stuff. Knowing how the anime is paced. Ah, yes, Sword Zoro. Everyone's favorite Zoro. How do you become the ultimate swordsman? You become the sword.
Yeah. That's what Reincarnated as a sword is, right?
I mean, I just picked it just for Chopper's expression, and then Zoro's just deadpan. Well, this is my life.
Yeah,
it is absolutely great. Yeah. Yeah. No. Not much else to say. This is like a very transitory part of the arc. So things will probably pick back up once they get into the actual Toby Roppo fights and so on.
Is that everything?
We can move on. Yeah,
okay.
That's everything.
So, moving on to Raven in the Inner Palace.
That was of the Inner Palace.
Of the Inner Palace? Oh, well,
Yes.
whatever.
Wow, how unprofessional.
Shame on you, Mill. Shame on
Yeah,
you.
shame on you.
I've done worse.
Yes, you have, but
I mean, there was that time that I said, what was it? I think it was like said it was Danmachi's season 5 instead of 4.
Yeah. To be fair, there are a lot of seasons of Don Machi out there.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
This,
this is getting interesting shit.
yeah, this has definitely remained interesting.
I do love all the palace intrigue going on here.
Mm-hmm. Finally,
Yeah.
finally found the enough evidence to execute the dowager, which was good.
Yep. He is an asshole.
We also meet Wen Ying, yet another eunuch. I mean, I did note in episode 4 whether you know it was. I mean, it was absolutely a an aspect of the Chinese imperial court, but
Yeah.
literally I think the only male character who's not a eunuch is the emperor at this point.
That's how the inner workings of the inner palace generally were. Everyone there was either a eunuch or a handmaiden to one of the consorts, or a servant, except for the emperor himself. I think he's the only guy who's allowed to have a penis in the inner palace. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Only I can have a penis here.
Yeah,
I'm the emperor. Haha.
it's just that every time we get introduced to a new male character, it's just like name eunuch.
Yeah, that's basically how it is, though. That was how Imperial China was back
Yeah,
then.
I know. I'm just saying it just feels weird.
It does feel weird. I don't blame you for feeling that way.
So episode 3 we got Jusetsu's backstory, which is quite interesting. We also got introduced to Dan Hai, voiced by Nobuhiko Okamoto,
Who is great.
who's also a spy, which is quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
We also get introduced to the second consort, Yun Huangyang.
Yeah, she's what was her nickname?
I don't remember.
Like all the consorts have bird-based nicknames, I think.
Maybe Peacock. I don't know,
I don't
dude. I don't know.
I know there was another one that was a consort that was that died, and I think that was the
Skylark one.
Skylark. That's it.
Yeah.
That was either like Skylark or Larkspur. I know there was Lark there in there somewhere.
I mean, on the subject of that episode, I did note that it was lucky it was a ghost bird, because I was certain that that giant monster of a bird would eat the Skylark if given the chance.
Yeah.
And it seemed to want to go for it before it, faded away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I call it. This has been some really compelling stuff, honestly.
No, it's definitely an interesting show. It is definitely an interesting show. And we got introduced to who is probably the overall villain of the show, Luan Bingyue.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. There'll be a Japanese pronunciation that I don't know. The only reason I know the ones for the Emperor and Raven consorts because they're on Wikipedia.
That tracks.
So what else? Also, what's his fucking name? Koshun is trying to investigate Jusetsu.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a priest who, very interestingly, stonewalled him and deflected away from it.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Like, it was initially it just seemed like, oh, he didn't actually know anything, and then he actually deflected away from the topic and brought the focus back onto Koshin. I was like, oh, he does know something interesting.
Pretty sus, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Jusetsu understandably doesn't have good social skills.
Correct. I don't think anyone from the Inner Palace really has a good ability to communicate with anyone from outside the Inner Palace.
Juju.
Juju is the exception that proves the rule, and Juju is also excellent.
And you can't. It's kind of harsh counting the one lady in waiting who had a tongue cut out, because there's not much she can do.
That's fair. That's fair. She did. Yeah, that was a pretty shitty thing that she went through.
Yeah, and yeah, really confirms that she knew something. They don't tend to cut out tongues if somebody doesn't know something.
I mean, sometimes they do it so that they can't speak of something that happens later.
As I said, don't tend to. Sometimes they do just because they're dicks. But,
Yes,
generally, if you see
correct.
somebody with a cut out tongue, they probably have something they could share.
Correct.
Um, but yeah, it's an interesting enough show. Certainly one that I'm interested enough to keep continuing. But we should, unless you have anything else to say about Raven of the Inner Palace.
No, not really. I'm really enjoying the brand of historical fiction and mysticism that's going on here, though.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a nice crossroads between historical and fantasy. That with a setting that we don't really see a lot of in anime.
Yeah. What I will say is still not fully sold on the chemistry between Koshin and Jusetsu.
I don't blame you. I'm not really as big a fan of it. Uh, I'm not really a huge fan on it yet either.
Hmm.
But we shall see.
But moving on then to Reincarnated as a Sword.
Wait, this isn't Goblin Slayer. I joke, but Friend literally gains the title Goblin Killer for slaughtering a shit ton of demons.
Oh, that's funny.
Goblins rather,
Good for her.
like over 100 in one night.
Hmm.
Jeez.
I mean, she was hardcore level grinding. You think she does that by half measures?
I guess not.
But this is actually probably my favorite isekai this season. It's just really fun. In no small part because of the really fun father daughter bond between the sword and Fran. Like he basically sees her as a surrogate daughter at this point,
Hmm.
and he's like, I'm gonna help her and I'm going to try to protect her as best I can, but I'm going to help raise her into someone strong and badass as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Good for them. Yeah, Fran just absolutely wrecks shop with a shit ton of goblins and gets promoted gets promotion in her adventure rank as a result. So now she's a high level adventurer or whatnot. Well, not high level, but she got bumped up a rank or two as an adventurer, and she also basically in for. Oh, I didn't say much about what happens in episode 2. But basically, Fran takes her adventure exam and does really well, basically one-on-one in with the combat instructor of the guild, and gets her certification. She actually punts him through a wall, and he's buried in rubble. And when the guild secretary asks him if she's approved or not, he just pops his arm out from the rubble and gives a thumbs up, which is just funny as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this show has been real fun. I'm really enjoying the adventuring aspect of it. That really complements the setting quite a bit.
I'll start it soon.
You're really going to enjoy it, Nmbr. I really think that of all the isekais this season, this is probably the one you will vibe with the most.
I know. That's why I was planning to start it. I just haven't had the time.
Time is the enemy of all, is it not?
I've been so busy. I'm even behind on my anime shows.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, this is good shit. Fran and the rest of the present adventurers are heading into raid a dungeon filled with goblins to clean them out so that they don't cause serious problems for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, there would be a lot more strong adventurers around to help out with this if it weren't for the fact that the sword spent the first episode just slaughtering a bunch of really high level monsters in the wilderness, leaving a power vacuum that a bunch of other monsters rushed in to fill. Oops.
Good job.
I did like it when there's actual consequences for the protagonist's actions, though.
No,
nice.
Yeah. That's good.
Mission succeeded badly.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished? Good shit. Would recommend for sure.
Good. So we will then move on to carryover from last season. Shinepost.
Shinepost. That finished finally.
Good.
After so long.
Nope.
And it was quite good.
Good.
That's good.
So, as I mentioned previously, the member of High Rain that used to be Haru's best friend, she comes up to Tings and basically goes, "Hey, Haru, join High Rain," and she's like, "No." And then we basically get a flashback as to how she's basically been preparing for this moment ever since Haru left High Rain, and how all of High Rain has basically been training and improving, trying very hard to match Haru in idleness, for lack of a better term. But so basically they do Tings does their big show finally, and it's received really well, and finally and High Rain's discouraged, is like, yeah, she doesn't need me, she can shine with Tings, and everything wraps up pretty well. It is revealed that apparently the manager's contact this whole time was the idol that inspired all the members of Tings in the first place. So that's a nice
Neat.
little twist. But yeah, what to really say. It's honestly was just a really solid finale. Surprisingly good show, all in all. I'm happy I stuck with it because it was just good. Character animation was always fucking fantastic. Not really surprised because it's Studio Kai. But yeah, not a whole lot to say. It was just really solid.
Good. I'm glad that it managed to stick the landing.
Yeah.
Taking landing, always a good sign.
Yeah.
So moving on then to Shinobi no Ittoki.
Oh, are you caught up with this, Mill?
I am, yes.
Okay. Mungus.
Yeah, that's exactly why I picked it. Exactly why I picked it.
Look, you couldn't not pick it. You had to do it for the meme.
Exactly.
There's a traitor among us.
Exactly. Like I was just writing the I was writing my final notes and was like, wait, how did Kosetsu word that there was a traitor? Did she say Among Us? If she did, I'm gonna have to use it as a screenshot. She did. Good.
I need someone to make an edit of that has the crewmate in the background there on the right.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I think my biggest issue with this show is that nobody fucking told Ittoki anything.
Oh yeah, no. Ittoki is just like in the fucking dark all his life.
They
no one tells him shit.
They just chucked him in the fucking deep end. They didn't even give him a Cliff Notes version of like the ninja tools.
No, they gave him absolutely fuck and all.
I think Kosetsu had the gall to blame him for not studying enough, and it's like, no! How the fuck was he gonna study for this?
He just is supposed to instantly know everything. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'm also like a good 90% certain that Ittoki's dad was also the Koga chief.
I would not be remotely surprised, honestly.
Because we've seen the portrait of the Koga chief, and it looks similar to Toki Sada. I do also sort of wonder if the Koga chief might actually be Toki Sada. Less so. But the point is that if Toki Sada is a ninja and Ittoki's uncle, it's likely he's from the dad side of the family. So, ergo, maybe the dad.
Perhaps.
I'd also like to say that their case, like the whole, oh, we know it was an eager ninja who killed the Koga family head, is so super dumb when you learn that it was just based on the fact that the wounds are characteristic to those of an eager weapon. Like nobody else could wield it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, nobody could have possibly framed the Ego clan for their own ends. Especially not the character voiced by Kenjiro Suda, who is unimpeachable and beyond all doubt.
And, you know, shocker, Toki Sada is the main suspect.
I mean, if anyone of the Ego actually did kill him,
it would probably him, yeah.
Toki Sada.
He
is a legendary badass and all that.
Yeah, I mean, we got introduced in episode 4 to Kozuki Shione, who, for a couple of seconds, I did genuinely wonder if it was Toki Sada in disguise.
That would have been hilarious, honestly. And honestly, if he had pulled that off, bravo to him. But
yeah,
no.
I was like, if it's Toki Sada, I will lose my goddamn shit. I don't think it will be, but he was told to infiltrate, so I'm just like, maybe.
You're vastly overestimating these writers, Mel.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, the traitor among them is probably one of the two dudes who has no real characterization who joined them.
Oh, yeah, 100% it is one of those two. 100%. Like,
the show doesn't have the balls to make it Ryoko.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the balls to make it any of the other characters either.
It's just like, there's a traitor among us. I wonder who it could be. Is it Ryoko? Is it Kirei? Is it the guy who's got traitor written on his forehead who just joined us? I wonder.
No, it's definitely the guy who's been wearing the definitely not a traitor shirt all day.
Yeah.
This show is dumb trash, but it is fun dumb trash.
It's enjoyable enough. I mean, the Koga guys are complete pricks.
Well, they're absolutely pricks. I hate every moment they're on screen, but
Yeah.
the rest of the cast is fun.
Yeah. I'm glad that Kirei and Ryoko are doing their best to help Toki through, even if fucking Kosetsu isn't.
Yeah. I mean, Kosetsu is definitely one of those complicated cases where she's probably either has some deep-seated grief that has to do with something Ittoki's involved with, or she has a crush on him and she's too tsundere to tell him.
I'm gonna guess the latter.
Probably because this is anime.
Yeah, but I like that they're basically splitting the show in two. You've got the school hijinks, which relatively fun. But if they'd been full episodes, probably would have been dragged out.
Oh, absolutely.
And
it's supplemented by actually having the ninja intrigue.
yeah,
in the other half.
mixing it with Tokisada stuff, which is good because Tokisada is genuinely fun.
Tokisada is great. I really like him. He's a fun character.
Yeah. I mean, it was cold as fuck to, draw all the attention on Kozuki.
He really did her like that.
Yeah. And then to just fuck with the Koga by forcing them to buy like 100,000. Well, what was it, like 10,000 or 100,000 of those fucking
Ninja toys, yeah.
Ninja toys, yeah.
Absolutely classic.
Yeah,
Tokisada is one of the biggest draws to the show for me, honestly.
Yeah. Who was he voiced by again?
Katsuyuki
Kanishi.
Konishi.
Yeah. Very good voice actor.
Mm-hmm. He's been in a lot.
Koito and Golden Kamuy.
Tengen
and Demon
Slayer.
Ikuma
Jonathan
in World
Joestar.
Trigger, for those who... Oh, he's also Balam, which makes sense.
Nice.
We'll get to Balam.
We can move on then.
One last thing. They mentioned some super special secret ninja core at the end of episode 4?
I think so, yeah.
$10 says Toki's going to end up using that core.
Oh, absolutely. It's supposed to be the secret of his clan and all that shit. Of course he's going to use it.
I know. It's just like, okay, he's using it. It's...
That is like the brightest, most flamboyant Chekhov's gun I've seen in a while.
Yeah. So yeah, we can move on then to
this little show that we've just been wanting to highlight.
We can't keep doing
really
it for every big show, Jack. We can't. It's Spy Family.
I've never heard of this show. What's it about?
It's about an adorable little kid and a giant dog.
Borf.
The goodest of boys.
Yeah.
Borf.
Also, today's episode had the bit of English I was talking about, where Damien literally says, "God damn it."
Yeah. It was really well pronounced as well. I was really impressed.
Yeah, it was great.
But I did also point that out. So we had the end of the
Dog
the terrorist arc, let's say.
Yeah.
And first things first, I'm fairly sure when Sylvia kicked one of those dudes in the face, the heel of her shoe knocked a tooth down his throat.
Huh. Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, I can't blame her for doing it.
No.
He was a terrorist. And he was trying to kill dogs in terrorism.
Yeah. Fuck anyone who hurt the dogs. Fuck any of them.
Yes. Correct. Yeah, no. I like her speech about war to those idiot college students who are like, war will be glorious. We need to do this war for glory and shit. And it's like, you kids don't know fucking shit about war.
Yeah, and sort of little manga spoilers. that speech hits all the harder after Lloyd's flashback.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Also, Anya just playing hardball to keep Bond.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely incredible.
and the fact that she says ossifers is just so cute.
Yes. I do also just love the bits with her and Bond because
Yeah.
those are also really nice.
So a couple ones that I picked out. When they went to the park, Anya said, "Run around, Mr. Dog, or this will just be an Anya park."
Yes.
Then
Also, just love Bond intimidating that one dog into dropping
yeah.
Anya's gloves.
Yeah. And then Anya eats some of the dog food. That was neither good nor bad.
You can tell she's tasted worse because, well, it happens in the next episode.
Yeah,
so.
we know.
Poor Yor.
Yeah.
He tries.
What I will say is there was one moment where I definitely preferred what was in the manga, which was can't remember the exact context, but it was like you're getting Bond's opinion on her assassination.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was the explosive thing.
Yeah.
Because the way they didn't actually say explosive in the anime, so they changed the gag. But in the manga, it was Anya thinking it was explosive, or you're thinking it was explosive, something like that. And you're complaining that Bond always wants to use C4.
Yeah. And then I do like the anime version of the gag though too. It is really fun. And a really neat translation of it.
It is good. As I said, I just because I happened to just before watching episode 15, I happened to basically read several chapters of the manga, including that one. So I just had it in my mind. I also think I've got a good idea of where they're going to end this core.
Oh yeah, no, I also believe I have a good idea as well.
I don't, because I read this like ages ago, so I don't remember.
I will.
Well,
I will
given Nightfall being in the ED, I believe they're going to end it with that.
I don't think they are though. I don't think they are.
Okay.
Because
you think they're going to go a bit past that?
I think they're going to end it with the Desmond meeting.
Oh, that would be a good place to end it. Because they did cast an actor for him.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he does appear in episode 17, I think it is. But my reasoning is that it's absolutely it's an incredible end point, but it would be a weird start point for the inevitable next core.
You're right. It does sound about right as an endpoint, yes.
Yeah.
Also, in episode 17, he's voiced by Vern, which is
I noticed that too.
Old Vern, which is that threw me off like immediately. I'm like, oh shit, he's back. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, he's back.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vern. Yeah, but overall, I am very excited for more of this.
Yeah, I mean, what's
quite elegant.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting in the last couple of episodes is they've been adapting some of the .1 chapters.
Yeah,
that's been nice.
Because the Frankie thing at the end of episode 16 was a .1 chapter. The whatchamacallit, Sylvia stuff was a .1 chapter. And I believe the food thing was as well, maybe.
Just the omelet rice sketch was a .1 chapter.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. The omelet rice one.
Yeah.
I mean, what's interesting about the Sylvia one is episode 17 covered, what was it, chapter 25 of the manga. The Sylvia .1 chapter doesn't come until just past chapter 40.
Yeah. Also interesting is I don't know if they finished the whole chapter or not. I think they did.
I
could be wrong.
Chapter 25?
No, chapter the 40.1.
No, I think they did. I think they did.
Okay.
Because
So
the gag,
that was
the
the end
gag,
gag. Okay.
yeah, the gag was that Sylvia's this super spy, and going through all this effort to meet with Lloyd, and Lloyd is just there, just going like, Anya can jump higher now, and can jump rope better.
Oh, and Sylvia forgot to take out the tag on her shirt.
That as well, yeah.
Hey, look, Anya being able to jump better is an important part of the mission. Okay.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct.
It's very important.
Yeah. But episode 17 was great.
Oh, absolutely.
Anya pulled a Keikaku Dori.
Yeah, that was fun.
Henry Henderson lost an argument to a child.
Yeah.
People are animals too.
You win this time. As if he didn't lose to a small child.
Yeah.
Just how confused he was that Damien's sculpture won. It's
Yep.
like, first place? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Really.
Yeah.
I like how Becky asked Anya if her father is single, even though, a family photo.
Yeah.
Even though she knows that that Lloyd is married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Lloyd is handsome.
He is.
So I
he
can't
is.
entirely blame her.
Very true.
Had a funny screenshot and a cute screenshot, so this is the funny one. So many Anya faces. So many Anya faces.
Anya faces are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, this is as good as ever. Spy Family is fucking great.
Yeah, you cannot go wrong with Spy Family, honestly.
I'm so looking forward to the upcoming episodes because, as I said, I read through to the end of where I thought this call would end. And
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? You're fucking kicking a car into a telephone pole.
Yeah, again, it felt more impactful in the manga.
Yeah, because in the manga, the car is driving straight at her.
Yeah.
Here she just sideswipes it.
Yeah.
Which is more quote unquote realistic, I guess.
Whatever.
Yeah, this anime is all about realism.
Totally. Didn't you know, Bill?
Also, just everything with Anya trying to brag about Bond.
And failing. Yes.
Yeah. Just every time that Anya comes up with a plan, goes, "This is gonna be it. This is when I say that. This is when I save the world." It just never goes well.
God, my plan is so good.
Keikaku Dori.
All according to Cake.
She's so
Keikaku Maid's plan.
She's so optimistic, and it's so funny. Especially, she did a recap at the start of episode 17 and just misrepresented it entirely.
Yep.
No, she was right.
Totally right. What are you talking about, Bill?
Yeah, no, this was... this show is great. There's not much more I can say about it.
Alright, let's move on then.
We should move on to Your Eternity Season 2.
It's been 40 years since Season 1.
Yep.
It's a long wait. We've waited 40 years for Season actually.
No, it's just a year and a half.
Yeah. No. Because in the show, it's 40 years.
40 years is not long enough for me to forget that depressing ass first episode.
Yes, we know. We know that first episode.
It was sad.
I get it. I understand. I understand. Also, interesting. They didn't change the LP. I mean, visually they did, but it's the same song.
Interesting.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them for keeping the same song because it's still a really good song.
Yeah, they probably also paid a lot. I can't imagine.
Oh yeah, no.
Cheap.
No, she does not come cheap.
But no, visually it looks great. Yeah.
Also, so since it's been 40 years, a lot of the people from way back when are either dead or a lot older. So,
Yeah.
bye, Hayase. You will not be missed.
No, but she will be reincarnated into her granddaughter, apparently.
God damn it.
Yeah. It's okay. This kid seems fine, ignoring the fact that she poisoned
She tried to.
Fushi.
She drugged
I'm
Fushi,
so
but
used
she
to
didn't try to kill.
I'm so used to the manga where the manga calls them emo.
Yeah, for Immortal.
Mm.
Which it's technically correct, but
Yeah.
it's weird.
It's funny what you remember, because I remember you saying that when we last talked about To Your Eternity, which I think was a year ago when we well, not quite a year ago, but 10 months ago when we did the year-end podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just weird how you remember some things.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you started stumbling, I was like, it's because of the emo thing. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, Fushi gets drugged, of course, but
Yes.
it turns out he's fine because his companion has gained quite a number of immunities to poisons and drugs over the years.
She's intentionally been poisoning herself
Yeah.
so that she could
She's been
develop
taking
immunities.
the approach of that one emperor who also built up a shit ton of poison immunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tonari's back, and she is now in her much older form.
Yeah.
In her mid-50s.
Yeah. I mean,
She's
good on
looking
her
pretty damn
for
good for 54.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah,
I'm sure once Fushi once Fushi realizes who she is, happy to have a friend again, since he's been alone for 40 years.
Number, if you
that could be
aside from
fun.
Kenjiro Suda, but yeah.
Number, if you want to call them emo, just do it.
I know, it's just it feels weird to call him emo, but I'm just
it feels
used
weird
to it
not
by
to
now,
as well. Yeah,
but it's we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel more comfortable, just do it. We'll know who you're talking about.
I know, it's just I'm not entirely comfortable doing either now, so I'm kind of just screwed regardless. Because like I read the manga and mentally I see, okay, emo, yeah, and then back to the anime, Fushi, and it's yeah, but back to the show itself. Also, yeah, apparently Hayase has been passing down a knocker for her children to inherit, so that's kind of fucked. But
Yep.
imagine having an alien living in your arm.
I mean, everything about Hayase is fucked up, so
Yeah.
this is par for the course.
Yeah.
I'm just glad she's dead at this point.
Yeah.
Dead but not forgotten.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much else to talk about since this is only the first episode.
Yeah, it's only the first episode, and it's largely just reintroducing us to a lot of stuff, and Fushi reuniting with his friends and enemies, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
so far so good.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Moving
on to Urusei Yatsura.
I was hoping you'd pick that screenshot.
Yeah.
It seems the most apt.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's not wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in the show is a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, everyone's fucking stupid. Oh my god.
I mean, episode 3 is probably the funniest episode so far, though.
I loved episode 3. That was
episode 3 was a fun time. I enjoyed it.
And now we're finally getting to Rumiko Takahashi's specialty: complicated love triangles.
This is a full-on love square at this point, and it's only going to get more complicated.
Yes, because we get a lot more. We get many more waifu.
Yes.
Many more.
Yeah, this is a full-on love square at this point, and
Yes.
it is monodirectional.
Yeah.
So rip to literally everyone in this arrangement, because no one is attracted to the person that wants them.
Yeah. I am quite fond of the of Mendo. Did you notice that his grandfather is voiced by Orochi?
A fucking course is voiced by Orochi.
Yeah, I noticed instantly. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that voice. Fucking Orochi.
I am not Orochi! Yeah, no, this show... Also, the fucking gag of just, like, Yatsura just covering the girl's eyes and Mendo immediately freaking out.
That was so
just
funny.
Back and forth. Yeah, episode 2 didn't really do a lot for me, but episode 3 really won me over.
Yeah, episode 2 is kind of just all right.
It's okay.
I like Sakura, but
Sakura's fun and all.
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
Episode's not as fun as the previous episode.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it so far more than I expected to. It's not amazing. I still we're kind of spoiled for comedies this season, so it's not really.
So this show definitely shows its source material's age at times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if you like this sort of thing, like, you know, this is a good source of classic harem rom-com comedy. But
yeah,
you know,
just beware the Seinfeld effects in action.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. And Otter kind of sucks, but he's kind of supposed to suck.
I mean, it would make like, he's supposed to suffer as well, so it wouldn't be as funny if he suffered without sucking to deserve the suffering.
Yeah, that's part of the fun. He just keeps taking L's, and it's fun to watch him get electrocuted.
He deserves those L's.
Yeah. He keeps getting electrocuted like Ash and Pikachu.
Yes, exactly.
Except for this guy, it's always episode 1 of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just doomed to experience that for the rest of his miserable life.
Like episode 1 of Pokemon, except if Pikachu was a waifu.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, no, this has gotten a lot funner. I feel like every addition to the cast will probably improve the overall comedy of the show.
That's what I think too, because like the whole dynamic just between Otaru, Shinobu, and Lum got stale kind of fast. Yeah. Like we get it. We know who likes who and who wants to be with who. But yeah, we're getting a lot more characters, so I think as more get introduced, things will probably just keep being amusing. So
yeah.
Also visually, the show's quite good as well.
Oh yeah, the show's good, looks good, and also the OP slaps.
Yes, the OP is fantastic. Reminder: JoJo's died for this show, so
I
may as well enjoy it.
I forgot to mention for Spy Family, there is going to be a big old fucking competition for best OP this season.
Oh yeah.
Big old competition.
Golden Kamuy wins for me. Sorry.
That's up there. That's. We'll see. That's definitely up there, though.
It is stiff competition, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm ready to move on though, because as fun as this show has been, I do want to try to wrap things up, because this has been a long stream so far.
Yeah.
So moving on then to, let me just get that up. Uzaki Wants to Hang Out Season 2.
The show has an actual tangible progress.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah.
What? No,
they've actually gotten to the point where they realize that they like each other, but now they're in that interminable stage where it's like, who's going to fire the shot first?
That's impossible. That's not
Who is
supposed to
going to
happen.
admit it first? One of them has to admit it. That's the big stopping point now. Because now Uzaki's in full gloating mode because she's like, oh, we have perfect compatibility. Senpai likes me. And it was like, so are you going to confess to him? Immediately changes the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's actual progress. Which is like, what the hell? This is a rom-com. Why is there progress?
That's unexpected.
Honestly, I'm not going to complain too much. I am glad that there's actually been some romantic progression in this fucking show.
No, it's good.
Yeah. I have no idea when it's going to actually take that next step because, again, like, shows like this like to be in a holding pattern at some point in the relationship. But the fact that things have actually progressed is just huge to me. And all it took was a fucking fortune teller that Ami here decided to bribe to tell the couple's fortunes. It's like, why aren't you a couple yet? You guys have really good banter and chemistry. I'm surprised you haven't hooked up yet. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am surprised by how much I am starting to enjoy this now. I'm enjoying this now that I've actually seen progress. I liked the first season well enough, but like actual progress is definitely a bonus in this.
Now you're being rewarded for sticking with it.
Yeah, I'm actually getting rewards for my patience.
Good.
I have not expected to be awarded like so. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this one.
Okay then, moving on to our final show. We mentioned good OPs for Urusei Yatsura. Here's a show with another good one. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun.
Woohoo!
Season 3.
Yep.
I just...
Gotcha.
That moment at the end of episode 3 fucking got me hyped as shit. Like, Iruma is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, episodes 2 and 3 really good. Really enjoyed them. Episode 4 was definitely took a step down, partially because there wasn't that much Iruma in it.
Yeah, episode 4 was all about like hyping up and building up the Harvest Festival and the characters who are going to be participating in it.
And honestly, kind of disappointed that the students can't fight each other. I thought that
I
was
wish they could. That'd make things more interesting, I think.
I thought that was sort of the point of it, like why it was so dangerous. They said, "Oh, students can't attack each other." God no. Like, oh, then what the fuck?
No, it's dangerous because of the boss monsters, obviously.
Yeah, but well, what the fuck is gonna go wrong?
No idea, but it's gonna be fun to see. I do like the training montages that the kids go through, though. Those are really fun. Those have been really fun.
Though, interestingly enough, we didn't see anything from Jazz and Alistair other than the text messages.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just for comedy or if it's actually like a plot relevant thing.
Might be both. Iruma is good at doing that. He's good at mixing comedy and good plot development. So
yeah, we shall have to be on that front.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the training has also been just really fun to see.
Yeah, fucking Clara posing constantly.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And now in her fucking fursuit.
I wonder what the hell the deal with that is.
I don't know. I really don't know. So in terms of rank stuff, forgot that Az is already rank 4. So he really doesn't care about this stuff. He doesn't have to.
Need to. He's already really strong.
Yeah. But what surprised me, Sabnok is only rank 2.
Yeah, I wonder about that. maybe it's just because he's such a meathead.
Maybe, yeah. Very possible, to be fair. I just honestly expected him to be rank 3.
Yeah, no, that would have made a lot of sense.
So speaking of ranks, apparently Alistair placed first on the written exam, which, good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Though this may have been like covered in probably the first season. Why is he in the Misfit class?
Oh no.
I can't remember if that was covered or not. I'll have to ask our resident Iruma experts in our Discord. As I did asking them about Disappearing Dude. Because I absolutely noticed him at the start of episode 2 and in the OP. Because I was like curious, because obviously we didn't see him get assigned a mentor, so I was like, was he just left in the classroom and Kallega just went, oh, right, you, shit.
Yeah, the extra guy, right?
Yeah, I think his name is Pearson.
Person, I believe, yeah.
But the point is he just he gets another appearance in episode 4 actually.
Yep.
So yeah. Bocchico is a fun character. Especially she got more
Really
fleshed
like
out.
Bocchico, yeah.
Liked her flashback. Damn her pun with Bocchigo though.
Yeah. Look, she's great.
Yeah,
she's absolutely great.
she is good. Balam is always entertaining, especially when he's just good-naturedly beating the shit out of Az and Sabnok. And interesting that he, in his Harvest Festival, he apparently beat Opera and Kalego.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Or at the very least, Kalego.
Opera probably half-assed it.
Opera may have half-assed it, but beating Kalego is pretty good. I'm also not sure if they're actually in the same year or not. Because I think Opera is a year above them.
At the same time, but
yeah, I think Opera is a year above them. I think is the distinction. But obviously,
that's probably it.
Obviously, Opera didn't give a shit, and because their name didn't pop up, so
yeah, no, Opera. If Opera's name didn't pop up, it's because Opera asked it.
Yeah,
no doubt. I also find it funny that Omri's dad also ranked first.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about the fucking weirdo who's obsessed with Amory.
Yeah, I absolutely love that he makes the statue of Amory, and the moment she finds it, she immediately confiscates it.
Yeah.
Like, understandable, girl. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and Vouchko just being like, you are the scum of the earth.
Yes. They are taking every opportunity to dunk on this dude, and he deserves it.
And I can't believe that Robin's training works so well.
I mean, for lead, it makes sense.
I know, but I was just like, wow, I just so surprised that he actually managed to do something good. And then he got bonked by Kalego in the most recent episode.
Yeah.
But,
not surprising, honestly. He was apparently fucking around.
Yeah, he was fucking around and he found out.
Yep.
There's anyone who, fucks about in the presence of Kalego does.
Correct.
So, a couple of last things, and they're both from episode 4. First, Az said that Iruma is the Demon King's vessel. Was that was that Az just saying that he thinks Iruma will be the next Demon King, or is that actually a thing?
I'm pretty sure it's the former rather than the latter.
I thought so, but it was
Az is kind of an incorrigible fanboy.
I know, but it was just the way he worded it that just seemed really strange. Like, wait, what? Is that a theory that's been going around? What?
I mean, Iruma did sit on the Demon King's chair, so
I know. Again, I understand the rationale behind, as thinking that Iruma will be the next Demon King. It was just really strange wording if that's the case. That just got me for a moment of, wait, am I misremembering something?
Nope, you're not.
Um,
Not that I
uh,
can think of.
yeah, and the other thing is, Iruma is 100% stumbling over that legend leaf.
Oh, absolutely. If he's not looking for it on purpose, he is stumbling on it.
There's no way he's looking for it on purpose. He's just not the type of guy. And Bachka
You're
won't have
right.
told him about it.
Also correct.
He will literally just stumble in and go, "Oh, that's a pretty leaf."
Yeah, no. Immediately as it was being mentioned, I was like, Iruma's gonna find the fucking leaf.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. It's going to be hilarious because this show is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, that was the other
this
thing.
show's great.
Yeah, that was the other thing. The Doro Doro brothers. If they're troublemakers, why aren't they in the misfit class?
I don't know. Maybe they've just been isolated well enough that they haven't managed to get themselves in trouble enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to where the rest of this call goes because I absolutely adore this show, and we're gonna get to see some cool Iruma. So unless you have anything else to say,
Nope, this has been a good show, and this is a stacked fucking season.
it is a stacked fucking season, but we have finished talking about it for today. So, as always, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed us nattering on about seasonal anime. In terms of future stuff, tomorrow we should be finishing or doing the second part of our Blades in the Dark mini campaign. I was about to call it a one shot, but it's not really a one shot if we're doing two parts of it. Yeah, my character's about to get punched in the face by God.
Or jawed,
rather. Tuesday, not entirely sure yet. It'll depend on who is available, but it'll probably either be starting Mass Effect 2 or continuing on in Deathloop. Thursday definitely will be continuing on in Deathloop. And next Saturday, we will be discussing the Dresden Files, particularly Changes. That big old chaotic mess of a book.
Yep. Time to face the change to changes.
Otherwise,
oh boy.
Otherwise, again, thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Please give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at storytime_net. And otherwise, we hope to see you tomorrow for more Blades in the Dark. Good night.
Later.
Bye.